I just can't let you go. Lord knows that I've tried to. You said I was the only one. No one likes being lied to. You made this mess and left me with the pieces. Now I wanna burn all the bridges between us. I can't focus, I can't forget. I've been thinking too much lately. I just need to clear my head. I just need to clear my head.
Yikes. So, I hope you can hear me. I think the audio seems low. I'm not sure why. Everything is amok. How are y'all? Hello, hello. I got home from babysitting Noxie. Let me turn off this light because I haven't fixed the hertz on that yet. The lights are askew, so just ignore them and ignore me. Bookshelf. Wrong one. Okay, let me just change it to a color. Okay. I mean, we can turn you down. Right? It's alright. It is what it is. Hello. I'm petting Floofs after working the deli, and she won't stop licking my elbow. Thanks, Jen. I'm back at my original setup. I haven't kind of re-put my room back together, and I don't know why my microphone is so hot right now, but that's okay. It's probably not hot for y'all. Hey, Diane, Christina, Amanda. What are we doing today? Oh, happy Mother's Day. If y'all celebrate. We are going to be talking about Nelo Life. This is something someone sent me. It happened 6 days ago. The guy who did the training was Randy Schroeder, and he said that if us people couldn't figure out what he was talking about, it was his issue for not explaining it good enough. So that's going to be fun to listen to. That's always a treat from Randy. Thank you. It's very long. Happy Fair Mom Day as well, for sure, for sure. Megan, L, Pickle Knits, Nikki. I think Nikki was the first person in the chat. Howdy, hey. Demi, Kathleen, Sandcheck. Amanda, who I have not said hi to, Jen. This is Etch-a-Sketch guy. He likes to draw. He is going to draw tonight. His white balance is through the roof in the worst way possible, and he's going to be drawing on a very white board with red dry erase markers, and we're not going to be able to see anything. Etchy sketchy, yes. Okay, Carmen, thanks so much. You were very fast, and I did start early too. Avery, what's up? Avery and Jessica and I have a group chat called The Design Firm. I'm trying to keep up with it, but it's a good time. All right. We're going to start. Oh, I'm DC. I'm an MLM dropout. I've been battling technical difficulties in multi-level marketing since 2022 when I left my last multi-level marketing company, Young Living Essential Oils, and I talk about all kinds of things here on my channel. MLMs, cults, just basically unethical shit, okay? And if you like that, feel free to subscribe or leave a comment or lurk so you can decide if you want to subscribe eventually. That would be cool. This is 49 minutes and 20 seconds that we are never going to get back. What's up, Aaron? Nelo Life is a multi-level marketing company. Sorry, I was reorganizing my cords. Nelo Life is a multi-level marketing company that does discounted vacations using the points that you use when you buy those discounted vacations. You get loyalty points towards buying discounted products in their shop. There's an international arm, Nelo Life Investing, Nelo Trade, whatever it's called. They're not allowed to promote that here in the US, but they continue to do so, in my opinion. And they took a swing at Julie Anderson, and I don't know. I think I'll keep another creator as well. And Julie Anderson took her videos down in the efforts to, you have to make the best decision you can here on the internet, and God, it's so bright. And I thought the best thing I could do was cover Nelo Life and have the small reach I do with this to be able to talk about the red flags that are signs of pyramid schemes that seem to match up with stuff that Nelo Life is doing. And I'd say you can't silence everybody, but if you are going to continue to silence people, there are going to continue to be people who are still going to stand up. I'm watching on my TV. Okay, Avery. Hello, if you're lurking. Hello, if you're lurking in gaming. Howdy, hey. Just gonna open my messages. Okay, 1 second. DT, what's up? It's the Streisand effect. Yes. The last Nelo live stream we did where I was like, can a travel agent please comment on the stream and give us your perspective about the discounts? Well, they did, and to me it's super interesting, and I'm gonna go read those real quick for y'all. I'll put them on screen. I'm gonna go to comments, and I'm going to go to my Nelo Life video that I forgot to respond to. Many comments. Okay. Where's our Whistleblower Wednesday? Was that it? Dear God. Monate? No. Why do I stream this much? Okay. Nelo Life Pyramid. I'm looking for it. I totally had it. Hold on. Your channel. Live. Was it on Whistleblower Wednesday? No, it couldn't have been. It must have been further back. Oh, here we go. It must have been this one.
Yeah.
Okay. Nope, it wasn't that one. What the hell? Oh my God. We got our TikTok one. We've got our game stream. We got Whistleblower Wednesday. Is it this one? The Nelo Life Scandal Pyramid Scheme Unveiled? That sounds right. I know there was a travel agent who commented. I am back home. Yep. I am back home. Nelo Life scandal 3 weeks ago? It couldn't have been 3 weeks ago, could it have? Nope, it wasn't 3 weeks ago. We're just... Anyways, they were talking about... What's up, Thumbs Downer? They were talking about the twisty part of the Nelo Life deals on their travel and how Nelo Life is actually... Like, the deals are not as good as they're saying. I'll have to go back and find it. Let's go, Wendy. Pickle Nits, it's okay. I'll find it when we're listening to this guy. So we are listening to one of the top reps in Nelo Life who does a lot of recruiting for Nelo Life. He has his own team. I think he is 4-star unified. And that is where they're using a compressed or forced matrix. Thumbs Downers, what's up?
Ooh, prepare to be sick of me. Prepare right now to be sick of me.
It's where you have to have you have to have a customer, and you have to have 2 people underneath you. And that is that is the process of creating these little unified triangles. And you have 2 sides to your matrix, and you are filling in from left, right, or left, right, whatever the rotation is, and you go line by line. And it allegedly helps you, but in my opinion, it does not. Recruiting is the focus. I am back in my little studio. My curtain's up from my bedroom, so you're gonna see a bunch of just nonsense. I haven't put everything back up yet. But yeah, I have my soundboard, and I think I'm going to, after the technical difficulties I had, I think I'm gonna sell my little mini travel one and get something different. Thumbs Downers, feel free to hang out for informational and entertainment purposes. Yep. So here's Randy. He was in a lot of other MLMs. You can go to Behind MLM and you can see the propaganda / stuff that he said about the other companies he belonged to. And he's very, I would say he's a decent communicator. He's something. So we're gonna be watching this, even though everything's crooked. But that's okay. What the hell? Alright, let's go.
Hey. Hi, Nelo Life. I didn't broadcast this. It wasn't scheduled. But today, as I've gone through my various...
480p? Rip to our eyes. Oh. Everything's gonna be blurry as hell. Our eyes are just gonna be wrecked. 480 freaking p?
various sessions. I've had individual Zooms and telephone calls and so on. Just a lot of the same recurring themes coming up. And so these are sort of my rambling thoughts for the day. And it'll be a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And I don't expect any live eyes on here because I didn't notice that it would be done, but I'll record it and then I'll post a link. I'll put it on YouTube and I'll send it out just so that each of you get the benefit of my thoughts of the day if you'd like those benefits. So the first thought of the day is I remind you all that there are 3 separate and distinct columns which must be in place for a company such as Nelo Life to have a dramatic,
I don't know if I'm having I'm just I don't know if there's a bug in the system right now, but maybe it's just repeating over and over again. Let me just look at YouTube real quick. I'm just laughing because this is hilarious. If it's a bug, then we're just going to see this the entire time, which is fun. Oh, good. Yeah, it's just a bug. We only have 2 thumbs downers right now. This is perfect.
Successful, great experience. And the elements that are required for success is, first of all, a product or a service that matters to people.
So tell me, Randy, You've made millions of dollars in multi-level marketing and you can't get a new dry erase marker so we can see shit when you're drawing? Huh? What?
And so my first, I'd call it rambling.
Look, I'm gonna do this all night. Thumbs downers? What's this one? Whoops, hold on, not that one. Let's see. Here we go.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Or maybe to a degree surprise thought is I think that there's a tremendous, really literally tremendous undervaluing of the current product offering being made by Nelo Life in the eyes of our membership. And when I say that, I want to be really careful when I say.
I don't know what he's drawing. Is he drawing a downline, a lineage as he calls it? Well, people in Nelo Life call it lineage, or Larry Lane does.
But this is over the top. I mean, in my years in network marketing, I have for so much of my life and career had to explain away pricing, and I've had to explain away so many things about the product offering. And now, of course, I understand we all will view the product offering as currently available through the eyes of our own life experience. And my own experience is that I travel a great deal. I mean, I travel a great deal. In just a couple of days, well, I just returned from a trip to Texas. And I didn't buy my airplane ticket on this flight, but I booked my hotel on this flight.
Did you get it reimbursed by Nelo Life because you're going to recruit people into the company? Oh, you're not going to tell us that? Okay. Randy.
A couple of days before that, I was in Florida and booked my hotel. I'm saving 40%. For me, I don't have an emotional interest typically in staying in a specific property. I find that if I want to stay in a specific property, I have 20, 25, or 30% discounts. But if I'm willing to stay in a similar property, if I'm willing to stay in the Intercontinental as opposed to the Hilton, for example, similar properties next door to one another in many cities, then if I'm willing to go to whichever one is the best deal, I'll say 40 or 50%. And I believe that the current product offering, again, I think that it's just being dramatically undervalued. And if every person who's involved in our business would just imagine for a moment that you are going to travel somewhere in the next 6 months and then just do a little bit of tinkering around with it, not much. I don't want to make work out of this. Just tinker around a little bit and satisfy yourself. What an incredible gift you're offering to people when you tell them about this.
Here's what this sounds like to me. And I could be reading in between all the lines because I do that anyways. It sounds to me like people are unhappy with how much they have to pay monthly to be a part of Nelo Life, that they don't get access to the investing part because it's not approved by the SEC yet, and Randy is trying to tell people how good they have it if they just knew how to use shit the right way. And if you're already having that conversation this early on in your launch, Mr. Man, Mr. Sir, you're in trouble. Now, I could say you're in trouble with the way that your marketing team / the founder handled the Julie Anderson situation, because, cease and desist can wreck your company, especially when people are potentially read them on the internet. It makes you look, it just makes you look petty as hell, especially when someone's doing it in the commentary space, in my opinion, because this is a commentary channel. So it is interesting that Randy's having this conversation this early on, and they just launched, 3 weeks ago. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Product offering. Not only are we talking about the curated premium group travel services, I'm just talking about the plain old booking engine. This represents without question the finest value. There's not been a time before in my career in network marketing where I could with complete absolute confidence know that someone is not going to get a better deal. They're not going to find a superior offering to the offering they get from our company in terms of the basic travel offering. And so that's my first thought. I think it's being pretty tremendously undervalued. And then the next thought that I have is we recently had the Nelo Life, the Life Perks come alive in the travel portal. And I'm telling you, it is over the top. It is completely over the top. And those people who are figuring it out are finding out that whether it be something as simple.
just from a user experience person, I didn't work extensively in that field, but just touching on it in the jobs that I have had in marketing. If it is this hard for your users to figure out the app, you're fucked. Avery Joe can tell you. Anybody who builds stuff on the internet, if people have a hard time navigating it, and if it's not easy to get what they're looking for, good luck to your business, because it's probably not going to be successful.
Booking a ticket for the movie tonight, or if it's something like buying. I had a friend in our business had a piece that he needed to acquire, a piece of hardware, technology related piece of hardware, and saved $400. Yesterday. The price of a membership for an entire year is $720. He saved $400.
Here's what the travel agent was saying. With the traveling, with the discounts that Nelo Life is getting you, those discounts that people are showing you are normally, there's a requirement for how many people that you have to book per room. So you could say, oh, we're getting this deal. It's regularly $400. We're getting it for $230, but you have to book times 2, which means it's going to double the price or whatever, because of the way that the out of the US booking works and other things, that there's other restrictions as well. So read the fine print. And again, if Nelo Life is getting these discounts in this kind of way where there's lots of hoops that the user has to jump through after they're already paying $59 to be a part of the company, or whatever the price is, you're not helping yourself at all. Hello! Good to see you! Feel like it's been a billion years, but I'm just happy to see you.
Yesterday and just one purchase. It goes on and on and on. And so my first rambling thought is that when I contemplate and consider the elements that are required for success, and I consider the current product offering, not what's available in the future. God. I mean, what's available right now.
Attention shoppers, the jacket is coming off. The jacket is coming off. Please mark yourself safe from this MLM pitch. Thank you.
This second. It is, without question, the best.
Everyone's happy to see you, YouTube.
Offering of anything that I've ever had in my entire career. And so when I contemplate and I consider that, and by the way, what you get with me, I'm now having a conversation. I'm talking to you via the camera as opposed to having the various conversations with individuals that I've had. The place where the product offering is being undervalued is with people who are involved today in Nelo Life as a result of a rebound relationship. When I say a rebound,
I haven't done that yet, but because I don't have access to the Nelo Life app, but I wonder, I mean, I would love to see, I guess we could compare by getting some of the screenshots because people are posting their trips. We could do that on a stream. We could look at the same thing and see if they're actually getting a better discount. OMG, trying to describe Nelo Life to my partner so hard. Oh. You'd probably save as much with AARP or even just a travel agent. I barely even know what Nelo Life really is, and I know it's an MLM and I don't trust it. Yeah. I don't know. Thank you if you're saying that to me. If you're saying that to Randy, then I thank you for him as well.
Relationship. If I, earlier in my life, before getting so lucky to find Samantha and having the nice marriage that we have today, I've had relationships in the past that haven't worked out, and typically my fault. But I've had relationships that haven't worked out, and not unusual. It's not just me, but a lot of other people. When a relationship doesn't work out, really, really frequently, we'll move very quickly into another one. It's not very smart very often. Very seldom does it work out. It's a rebound relationship. It's not a...
Sir? Why are we talking about this? Are you comparing switching MLM companies to your previous relationships or someone's previous relationships? Because Why? Why? Pull a drawer out and rest your leg, be really relaxed. I mean, yeah, I mean, I would just pull out that top drawer and just kind of nestle myself in there like a squirrel. God, I don't remember. I don't think so. Maybe it was.
Because of the joy that we find in the new individual, or the joy that that individual finds in us, what the relationship can be. It's instead reacting to something that didn't work, and so I want to do something that does work right now. If you're involved in Nelo Life as a Rebound relationship, if you're involved in some other company very recently, if you're involved in a company or two very...
Benmore, Transact, you... Oh, don't call names. I'm gonna switch scenes so that I can fluff my aura. Mr. Sir, Randy, I guess I should put him a little lower so people know that we're doing a reaction. Please hold. Something is wrong with my cord. I've broken so many cords recently. Ugh. Y'all have feedback on y'all's end when I'm talking? If you don't, that's cool, because if it's me, then cool. I mean, not cool, I'll just buy a new cord. Alright. Randy was in Transact Card and Finmore. We reacted to videos when he was in those companies. And then he went to Nelo Life. Immediately. And now he's going to take some type of positioning on how it's not great to go from company to company or relationship to relationship when, one, he was in the original companies and then he jumped ship and he allegedly brought large amounts of people with him. Is hypocrisy in the room with us? God. He is the same dude? Dang. I don't know. So this dude, I think to think that nobody's gonna see on the internet that you are doing the exact same thing that you're talking about, Randy. That's an eye roll of a lifetime, Mr. Sir.
Then there's a pretty good chance that this for you right now is a rebound relationship. Rebound relationships can work, but only if you stop and do your very best. You got to cauterize the wound. You have to completely cauterize the wound and forget. Literally, let's not say that.
You
already said it, Mr. Sir. Cauterize the wound that you and Eric and Larry and maybe not Orkin, I don't know. I don't know. Nick made? Allegedly? When y'all were in the other companies? Is this a joke? Are we being pranked right now?
This is not a good look.
We can always learn from the past. We don't want to forget the past. We can learn from the past. But to the extent that we're carrying around baggage from the past, that would be representative of being in a rebound relationship. Then that rebound relationship will suffer. It will never be what it could be. And so what I encourage you to do, if you were involved in some other company in the relatively recent past, then one must look at the offering that is made by Nelo Life, not filtered through the lenses of where you just were that didn't work out the way that you had hoped, but it must be filtered through the lenses of where I am now and what specifically is this offering.
No. That's not how this is my opinion. That's not how learned experiences work, where you get to learn and grow from the situations and things that you've gone through so that you can manage situations in the future in a better, potentially more healthy way. He's saying cauterize the wounds of Transact and Finmore so that you can have this first kind of unadulterated relationship with Nelo Life that's untainted by the things that he, in my opinion, and the other founders did in the other companies. And maybe he's talking generally, but it hits too close to home of what he did in his journey that he documented on social media. And now we're here, him saying, hey, think of this as a whole new company. No, you created the baggage for the people because they were there in the other company. So you get to deal with it. You can't just say, don't think about it. Don't think about it.
So again, I want to say this again emphatically. This is without question, in my 33 years in the network marketing industry, this is without question the best value product offering, even in these earliest days of our development, before so many other components don't even come on. And so my first thought, again, ramble.
Holy shit. He had the same conversation in Finmore/Transact when he said, we're in the early stages. Y'all just have to hold out for the good things that are going to be coming to the store. You just have to hold out. And he's saying the same thing in Nelo Life. We reacted to that video. You can't gaslight us, Randy. Hi, Shadow. We're raging pretty early on in this video. I'll tell you that. Oh God. I don't have any good sound bites for him though. Or maybe this one.
Danger, Will Robinson. Danger. No, Will Robinson.
Oh, we're echoing. Hold on, let me try this.
Different thoughts that I have today.
Okay, now we're gonna try this.
Danger, Will Robinson. Danger. No, Will Robinson.
Nope. Please hold. Now let's try it.
Danger, Will Robinson. Danger. No, Will Robinson. Danger.
All right. No echoing now. Sorry for the echoes earlier. Ugh. He's muted? Sorry. It didn't look like he's muted on my end. Sorry. It didn't look like that. Okay, my bad. I'm rewinding him. Sorry. We're just not going to be able to play sound bites, which is awesome. Oh, no, we're not. Hold on. Wait. Unlock overlay. Edit. Hold on. We can do this. Let's try this.
We can always learn from the past. We don't want to forget the past.
Bless you, Karina.
We can learn from the past. But to the extent that we're carrying around baggage from the past, that would be...
Sorry, I rewound
completely
it.
Cauterize the wound and forget.
Sorry.
Literally, let's not say that, not forget.
Hold on, I got it. We got it. We've got the perfect... Oops. Oh.
Always learn from the past. We don't want to forget the past.
You're the best, Karina. Thank you.
Learn from the past. But to the extent that we're carrying around baggage from the past, that would be represented by being in a rebound relationship. Then that rebound relationship will suffer. It will never be what it could be. And so what I encourage you to do, if you were involved in some other company in the relatively recent past, then one must look at the offering that is made by Nelo Life, not filtered through the lenses of where you just were that didn't work out the way that you had hoped, but it must be filtered through the lenses of where I am now and what specifically is this offering. Again, I want to say this again emphatically. This is without question, in my 33 years in the network marketing industry, this is without question the best value product offering, even in these earliest days of our development, before so many other components don't even come on. And so my first thought, again, rambling thoughts, different thoughts that I have today. being born of the various conversations I've had throughout the day and the conversations I've had in my head after those conversations is you hear me
Thanks,
say this
Jennifer.
a lot. I wish I could snap my fingers and get out of my head and my heart what's there to yours. But instead of snapping my fingers, how about instead I give you a very specific assignment? Let's forget whether or not you're actually planning on traveling in the next 6 months and just pick 3 cities in 3 different nations that you would enjoy visiting in the next 6 months, and go to our travel site and just poke and prod around a little bit and see what the values are. You say, but Randy, I'm not going to travel.
Can we see these if we're not members? Nelo Life. I'm looking for the. Wait a second. I clicked on Coach Van's link one time and it remembered my IP address and it connects me to Coach Van every single time, and there's no Coach Van link in the top. So it remembers your IP address, which is very creepy. Travel. Can we use this site to learn how to travel? No, you have to join and then you can poke around. Randy?
Here's an important lesson. Remember that my first big dramatic breakthrough in this network marketing industry, and the one that remains up until now, my biggest success, was a company offering a cholesterol.
Let's forget common sense because that doesn't apply to my business model. Yep.
Reduction product when I had absolutely no reason whatsoever to need or want to use a cholesterol reduction product. And so the question is not whether or not I'm going to travel. The question is not whether or not you're going to travel. The question is, are people going to travel? Yes, they are. And then the question is, are they going to travel because you have to convince them to? No. Travel is the single biggest consumer spend annually in the United States and around the world, right?
Not everyone travels. Some people have the privilege to travel. I've had the privilege to be able to travel. Some people don't have the extra money to be able to travel. So if he's saying that it is a huge industry, and that means that there's a large group of people doing it, not everyone's doing it.
$11.1 trillion last year, predicted to be up to 16.
That doesn't mean that you're going to get any of the market share in Nelo Life. That doesn't mean that. I don't know, like on Shark Tank, whenever they rip into someone who has this business idea and they talk about how big a market is of something, all the sharks are always like saying that doesn't mean that you're going to be able to break into that market. That doesn't mean that somebody who's interested in that market is going to want your product. Your product has to be incredible. The branding and the marketing has to be incredible. The ability to grow, if it does take off, has to I don't know, be a factor in that as well. Hi! I was watching all of your clothing reveals and your stories earlier. I'm afraid of planes, so no thank you. Not everyone travels. Not everyone likes to travel. Not everyone can afford to travel. Your privilege is showing, sir. There's a lot of people struggling to pay rent and buy groceries. Travel for fun isn't important to many, many people. And then they are going to use this idea that, oh, well, I don't have the extra income to be able to travel, to say, well, bring some people in and it's going to take care of your monthly fee. Bring more people in and it's going to start paying you this. Bring even more people in and you're going to start creating that compound MLM fuckery that everybody's interested in. That's not a direct quote from the Nelo Life website, just in case Eric Allen gets confused again. I'm being sarcastic. Nelo Life, in my opinion, encourages people to recruit more than it does encourage people to use the product. And that is one of the hallmark signs, one of the red flags that something could be a pyramid scheme. Travel is not the top spend globally. I'd really like Randy to cite his sources. I would too. You know, if he was doing this in Ecamm, he could have had his sources cited on the bottom. He could just press a button on his phone and he could be controlling this from back wherever he's sitting. with his phone on eCam. But it's not. We're in 480p hell here.
$1 trillion only a decade from now. So the question should not for any one of us be, from a business standpoint, am I going to travel? Now you see, from a customer standpoint, if we're simply going to become a customer, well then it's absolutely logical to say, and what are the values created in this lifestyle membership for me? What are the components of this that I'm going to use that would cause my life to be benefited? What makes this worth more than $59 per month? Now that's a very, very legitimate question for one who is simply considering becoming a consumer.
$59 a month. I'm guessing tax too, right? Or no, 59. We'll just pretend there's no tax. It's $708 a year. You know what's cheaper than $59 a month? Netflix, Amazon, Hulu. I mean, there's a lot of things that are cheaper than that. That's not travel per se. A Costco membership is what, $50 a year? And there's something called Costco Travel that you can get discounts through Costco to go travel. I'm there's a lot of speed bumps in this opportunity, buddy. YouTube Premium? Listen, YouTube Premium is a game changer if y'all ever get it. Not having to watch ads. Also, to y'all watching, I don't know if y'all are watching ads. Maybe I was kind and didn't turn them on yet, but I am going to turn them on because... oh yeah, it's on. But thank y'all for watching those. I appreciate it. Now it's time to state the obvious. You're at home. Yes, Patricia. But also cheaper than Nelo Life. Yes. You know how many cool vlogs I've seen where I haven't been able to travel because of my health, and I get to watch people all over the world do travel vlogs, and I can feel like I'm not stuck inside my home or limited by my ability to stand for long periods of time, and I can go, watch museum tours or go watch somebody who lives in their car camper and they go all the way through Alaska, or people who travel and go hiking in other countries and stuff. Like, it's incredible. Like, the technology is amazing, and it gives a lot of access to people who wouldn't necessarily be able to travel, or they financially, or they can't physically. Yep. Yeah. Same.
User of the service, then am I going to travel? Am I going to use these life perks? And as other things come on board, am I going to use those services such that the value that I receive is greater than $59? Well, then easy done. Now I'm a consumer. But for those of us who are involved in the business, or who would seek to become involved in the business, the question of how much I am going to travel should truly be of absolutely no decision. If I'm going to travel, then I'm becoming my own customer. That's a customer decision. Are other people going to travel? That's a business decision. And so given that last year...
Andy's Web, thank you so much. My credit card, $5. I appreciate it. Me and Dutch Brothers appreciate your your sacrifice. My credit card gets points with every purchase. And we use that to fund vacations. No subscription required and no MLM needed. I freaking love that. Also, what soundbite would you like as a big, huge thank you for that super chat? And I just got points for that super chat. Are you saying we're in a scheme, Andy's Web? Oh, Samanla. Oh, I'm sorry. There's also things like virtual tours that are expanding to tons of places. Why travel when I can just look online? Yeah, I think obviously like being there is different, but the access that technology gives us, if you're limited on mobility or funds or whatever it is, if you have anxiety, technology is incredible. My bank, Obi-Wan or Star Wars? I'm a simple man. I have it all organized, allegedly, except when I was Obi-Wan. I know I have it.
Hello there.
Hello there. Also, I will play Star Wars Kazoo for you. I'll play another Star Wars because $5, you know. Oh, I didn't put the scream in here. Hold on.
It's a trap.
It's a trap. Also, Kazoo coming in hot. I hope you like that. Hey, Naokita. Oh, cool, Heather. That's. I hope you post a picture to Discord when you finish it. Oh, Emmy. I'm glad that you're here. I hope you. I hope you feel, you know, comfortable lurking in the chat. And thanks for sending a message. Google Arts and Culture has teamed up with more than 1,200 museums and galleries around the world to bring virtual tours and online exhibits of some of the most famous museums around the world. It's incredible, honestly. You can get the travel discounts through Costco. I think a basic Costco membership is $60. Yeah, it's very, in my opinion, inexpensive. August! Happy Mother's Day to the mamas in the chat.
$1 trillion was spent on it, and you didn't convince them to, did you? And I didn't. Well, it is going to happen. In a few years, it's going to be 16 trillion, and that's going to happen whether or not you convince anybody. You're not going to convince.
That doesn't mean, God, that doesn't mean that you are going to be able to take up the market share. For example, Old Bali, one of the companies I covered back in 2022, allegedly is closing its doors on Tuesday. I have to confirm this, but one of y'all told me about it, so I have to go look into it. But just because you come up with an idea and you say it's early enough that you could get in on the ground floor, doesn't mean that the ground floor opportunity is going to be able to take up the market share that you think that you're going to have access to, because maybe your product isn't good. Who knows?
That's my first thought, my first very, very important thought, I think, as it relates to the product experience itself. Then what is the next thing?
Oh, here it is.
I'm going to start out.
Buy a new fucking dryer erase marker. For the love of God.
First, with a couple of superlatives. I'm going to give this product idea up until right now. The product idea, the execution of the idea. It's a 10. I mean, literally, it's a 10 out of 10. It doesn't get better than this. In my estimation, it doesn't get.
Mr. Sir, we cannot see. We're sitting on the front row. We can't see anything. Also, can you use your back camera when you stream from your iPad?
As good as this. It is a 10 out of 10. And then I'm going to come down here and talk about the company. And I
were any of y'all like in public school and you couldn't see what was on the board and you started to gloss over because too much anxiety to figure out what was on the board? And then if you had to raise your hand and ask a question, then the other kids in the chat, in the room would look at you. And so you're just like, well, hope for the best. Hope I can figure it out in my books after I get home from school and, you know, playing tennis. I hope I'm going to be able to figure it out at 10 at night because I can't see anything. Oh, no, DC, because he needs to watch himself while he films. Oh. He's writing so small, the old marker, the rambling, it's giving 4th grade math class. Yes. I spent 90% of my time in public school drawing instead of paying attention. Oh.
Well, I've had this conversation a few times because I've done what I do for 34 years. And
he just said 33.
Has changed a few.
He said 30. It doesn't matter. Maybe he meant 34 and he said 33 earlier, but like, give me just be consistent, please.
My pattern of activity has stayed the same, but the company, my affiliation has changed a time or two along the way. And I remember in every one of the conversations that I've had with the new CEO or
Emmy, when you get to the last day of school, I'm sure we'll be streaming that day. Let us know and we'll play the Dora the Explorer We Did It song. That kind of happened to my daughter. She was having eye problems. I'm not going to tell that story right now because it would need a trigger warning.
sales manager or whatever the company was that was I was considering enrolling with, or they were talking with me about it. The conversation I've had over and over and over again is, do you run a company that I'm going to have to make excuses for? Am I going to have to make excuses for you people? Because so much of my career has been about making excuses for ownership and management groups. And of course, they always say, well, no, I don't have to make any excuses. So now I'm going to tell you my exact experience.
He's going to tell us his exact experience when maybe Nelo Life was late on paying out commissions, allegedly. And maybe they were just such bad communicators in the last video we reacted to. I didn't understand what they were saying. But Nelo Life has, and I understand there's sometimes a waiting period between everything coming in, sorting out where all the payments are going to go, and then paying it out 30 days after, or 90 days after, 60 days after, 15 days after, whatever it is. After the situation with Transact Card and Finmore, I was surprised to hear the information from Eric Allen about the status of the commission checks. I'll say that.
Is performing, the company itself, the way that the execution is going on is, again, it's a 10 out of 10. It's not a 10 out of 10 for a startup. It's a 10 out of 10, even if it wasn't a startup. The company's execution is absolutely exceptional. It's not just good. It's not.
It's their graphic design for their presentations. Is that also exceptional? Because I've got a bone to pick with your graphic designer. And if she's getting paid, if she's not getting paid anything to do this work, then I understand the shitty work product that we're looking at. But what is exceptional that we have seen so far, Mr. Sir? Why are you drawing on a whiteboard right now and we can't even see anything? Listen, Randy, are you drawing so far away from the camera so that we can't critique what you're drawing? Or do you really not know that we can't see shit? Oh, you use all the cursey words. I'm not going to listen to you. I mean, I'm guessing the people who maybe were interested in this opportunity couldn't see what you're drawing either. So, I mean, you could take some criticism.
Very good. It is absolutely exceptional. And so here we have, I'm seeing that 2 of the first 5 elements.
We need the teachers in the chat to draw us a rubric of what exceptional means and like all of the different conditions that you do, and then the teacher would check it, and exceptional, very good, poor, whatever all the words are when they go down. I'm guessing the very lowest of the rubric would have all the check marks, in my opinion. Aya, he probably doesn't care. He probably doesn't. I just don't understand. I don't understand why people don't care. I don't get it. I don't understand.
The required for success in this company are the best of my experience. They are the best of my experience. I've been in.
They sent it to Julie Anderson, and that's why Julie Anderson took all of her videos down, and they sent it to another creator that I know, and they may have sent it to Chelsea, but I don't know if they did or not. I'm listening while I'm still. Hold on, Patricia. I will get you the link right now. Just hold on. Help is on the way. Let's see. I'm gonna find the link for you. All right. We're gonna go to custom, and we're gonna go to the next. I think it's upgrade. It might be under join. Click on this link, Patricia. The join one. And you should be able to upgrade from the link that pops up right here. This one, Patricia. You should be able to click on this And you should be able to upgrade from here. Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to get you it. Hold on. Upgrade, membership, link, YouTube. I'm trying to get you the specific one. To upgrade. It should be in the top. It said go to the channel homepage, which that link should take you there, of the membership you want to change and see perks. Select the level you want to join. Change level. Select upgrade. You'll immediately get access to the upgraded level upon purchase. If it doesn't work, then I will try to get a better link. Let me see. Let me press play and I'll figure this out.
Enormous companies whose execution is not like this company. And so these first two elements required for success, I think of, I would say that most people are not yet giving proper value to the product offering made by the company and also to what I consider to be absolutely exceptional, over the top execution by any company, not just by a startup company.
Name them, sir. Name those exceptional things that we're supposed to be seeing. And the fact that he's going so hard to tell us how incredible Nelo Life is doing and how forceful he's talking, in my opinion, I've got questions. Okay, levels, resources, invite viewers to join your channel. Oh, you're good, Patricia. I want to figure it out. Let me see. Let me click on this link. Are you on a phone, Patricia? Let me see what it looks like on my phone. I'm going to press play.
And we come down here. The next element is what? It's timing. And those of you who've listened to me speak in last couple of years, I've come to realize that it's not really about the company's timing, it's about your timing. But that leads me to the next part of my conversation. I'm not sure how and why it is. There seem to be fairly long seasons in my career where it's not noticeable to me, where it's not that a preponderance of people that I'm talking to have a real urgency to make money right now. I'm not sure exactly how it winds up being this way right now, because certainly there's a lot of people doing fine in the economy. I know a lot of people who are doing extremely well in the financial parts of their life. But for whatever reason, a really, really, really meaningful percentage of the people that I'm currently interacting with that have either joined our business or are considering joining our business, it's a really large percentage who have got an urgent, pressing need right now. They've got a big need right now. And when a person...
Do they have a big need right now because Finmore/Transact fucked people over, in my opinion? And that they were waiting for months to, at your request, to give the company a chance? Are those the people that need a big win right now? Because look in the mirror. All of y'all who opened Nelo Life, instead of trying to scoop up all the people that gave their hard-earned money to Transact/Finmore and bring them into Nelo Life to spend more money with y'all, why don't you look in the mirror and say you're sorry if you did something wrong? What a novel concept.
And I say a big need. I boil that down a little bit. That can mean different things to different people. Today, I talked with a man that I've known for a number of years, a really, really, really good guy. And his need was to make $2,000 in the first month. Well, that counts for me. That's a big need in the first month. $2,000 a month a year from now, that's not a big need. But having a $2,000 need next month, that is a big need. Now, I don't know what the degree of urgency is behind that need. That was a conversation I happened to have today. But I'm in conversations with people every day today now who have a big need. Yesterday, Samantha was in conversation with a person that's got a need that is measured in the millions and millions and millions of dollars. And there's a bit of urgency to that need. So for whatever reason, I'm seeing more of that right now than is typical in my career. Typically, I'm interested with a lot of people who would like to make some more money right now, right now I'm talking with a whole lot of people who need to make some more money right now. And for all of those, we need to remember that if we've ever been before, first of all, if you've never before been involved in the network marketing industry, then I remind you of this basic truth. The truth is that this is not a faster or easier way to make some money. That is not the truth. This is not the fastest, easiest way to make $1,000 or $2,000 a month. It's not. This is the best way that
I'm trying to help because I know this has been a question before. For iPhone and iPad, Android, and on the computer, this is where you can find all that info, Patricia. And you should be able to hover over Android computer or iPhone and iPad to change your membership level. This is the info for I will link this in my community tab. I also put it in the chat box. All right.
to cause that $1,000 or $2,000 or $3,000 per month to become ongoing and reoccurring. Not the fastest way to make $1,000 or $2,000 a month. It is the fastest way that I know of to cause that $1,000 or $2,000 per month to become ongoing and reoccurring. It is the only way that I know for most people to have a tremendous financial breakthrough to transition clear into another category of income than what they currently know. But that doesn't happen in the first year. It doesn't happen in the first 6 months. And so when I'm contemplating, when I'm talking now with people who have this need to make money right now, then I reflect back to when I first got in the industry many years ago. I also had a need to make money right now, but I had to recognize that I wasn't going to make as much as I needed to make immediately in this brand new business that I had just started.
There it is. Hey, you know that money that we said that you had the potential to make in this opportunity, and then you signed up thinking that you were going to be able to make that money? Just realize that because it's a new opportunity and that you're new in the business, you're not going to make those numbers right away. Oh, how long is it going to take me? Well, sometimes it happens in the first month. Sometimes it happens in 6 months. Sometimes it happens in 2 years. And they start to move they start to move the goal further and further and further down the field from where it originally stayed. And so they're changing the rules. They're changing what they're saying, mid-play, basically. Yeah, you could, and again, the twisty part is, I didn't ever think about this before I became, my mobility was affected. It's not so easy, in my opinion, if you cannot stand for long periods of time, and if you have chronic pain that impacts your job, what jobs can you do? Well, Ship It pays well, but you have to be able to stand, move quickly, drive, get in and out of the car, lift groceries, bring them into someone's house. You have to be able to be very physical to do that. So there's not a ton of jobs that are easily accessible for people. And so when someone talks about, like, easily accessible, meaning if you don't have a degree in the field or if you don't have previous work experience, you're not really going to get looked at seriously for different jobs, especially in the chronic illness space. Move the goalpost. I love that. And y'all who have that in your lives, that's really incredible.
Why was I not? I was not because in this industry, in the network marketing industry and in our company, the capital that we must invest is time capital. Let me explain to you what I mean.
No.
If I were to today put $100,000 into a bank account.
We can't see that.
$100,000.
We can't see that.
Into a bank account today.
We can't see
about 5.25% interest on a CD. That's about what we can make. And so if I'm so fortunate that I've got $100,000, which I...
Did you know if you, and this is not a recommendation, like if you use a bank that does not have a physical location, you can get a higher rate of interest and just let your money accrue interest in a much slower way that way. That's not advice. That's just, if you didn't know that, that's a thing. My parents do that with Ally Bank.
Invest. I can go and buy a CD. My dependent might work a little better. Not sure. Let's see.
Why weren't we prepared for this call?
And so if I'm so fortunate that I've got $100,000 that I can go and buy a CD, then that means that I will earn $5,250 over the next 12 months. And so that means that I'm going to make about $450 a month. That's what I'm going to make if I have $100,000 to invest. And so now, let's use a little common sense here, folks.
Tax?
What
Did
is
you
the
forget
capital
tax?
that we invest? Is it financial capital? No, it costs $79. In fact, not even is that true, is it really? It's $59
It is financial capital, you numpty. It is financial capital. It's $79 a month. Every month till you decide to leave Nelo Life. Then it's also buying stuff through the app. Then it's also A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And every time someone buys something, the upline benefits off of either the service that is purchased or the product that is purchased in multi-level marketing. He got a new marker and it's red now and we can barely see it. And it didn't help. Oh, yeah, I hate it too. It would be cool, like if he wanted to sit back there, he could have done a cool, presentation, and he could have had different slides come up with his text on screen, and it could still have been clear, and it could have been cool, but here we are. He said if you have $100,000 to invest, yeah, in a CD. I'm sorry, sir, but if you're running an online business, I'm going to need you to learn PowerPoint, Canva, so we can actually see what the fuck you're doing. I mean, and this Ecamm has an integration with Zoom. Obviously, my technical difficulty city. I'm going to check to see if Knox's parents are home. Okay. Oh, good. They made it home. Good. They made it home. They made it home. Sorry. I was babysitting a dog this past week. My son is disabled. It took him almost 2 years to find a job, but he only works 6 hours a week with barely above minimum wage. Disabled folks are seriously underemployed and not given chances. Agree. This whiteboard and massive, I think it's a stage. Oh, maybe it's a desk. You're right. It looks like it's like there's like a presenter behind him. Yeah, it does look like you could sit there, but it's not a stage. It looks like it could be a stage though. Who built this? What the hell? Also, who did this paint job? I can't help. I can't not comment on it. I'm sorry. My eye goes straight right here. You see right here? That? I guess we didn't use painter's tape. I can't unsee it. I'm sure your multi-million-dollar house is nice though.
Service, $20 to become an affiliate. And so if we're not investing financial capital, then the capital that we must invest is what? It is time capital. And
is it? Did you know that the MLM business model is broken? Oh, it's not. I've always been successful. Sir, not everyone is. Most people lose money or don't make any money in multi-level marketing. Oh, well, that's because they don't try hard, DC. Really? Absolutely not. Hi, Veronica! I know, it's a curse. It is a curse. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms here. I have a friend who is disabled. Thankfully, she gets money by her books and writing, but yes, the disabled rarely get good opportunities. Ugh. It's not broken for him because he gets in first.
So think about that for a second. What is our time
Yeah.
worth?
The whiteboard is totally in front of a projection screen. I think it's probably his basement in his multi-million-dollar home. Well, I think he claimed it was a multi-million-dollar home. I think it's the basement of that, and it's like a movie-ish room. But I don't know what all the cabinetry is for. It's strange.
Well, if my time is worth $100 an hour, if that's what my time is worth, then I would need to invest 100 hours in order to make that $2,000. Isn't that right? No, excuse me. If my time is worth $100 per hour, then I would need to invest 20 hours. I would need to invest 20 hours if my time is worth $100 per hour. But now ask yourself this next question. Your time may well be worth $100 an hour at something you already know how to do because you spent.
Look at it. He is Randy. What you're saying makes sense outside of the high control group setting that you're currently operating within. And you may roll your eyes at me saying high control group. I will try to refrain from saying cult. You are telling people and you're showing them thought-stopping techniques so that they will quiet their gut about having any trepidation in spending more and more and more and more time and more and more and more and more money with Nelo Life, because you're saying if you're skilled, it should be $100 an hour. If you're less skilled, it is going to be less and less and less and less. And so someone's going to come in and think, wow, I probably only deserve $5 an hour since I'm so new. Whatever. Since this is all commission based, you're never going to get paid something that's agreed upon in terms of a salary or an hourly. It's multi-level marketing. It's 100% commissions based only. Okay. I hate it. Jackson! Welcome to Illyria! Let me play the song. Welcome to Illyria. Where's my members folder?
Horatio Gold.
Headmaster.
Headmaster. So very pleased to meet you. So
Very pleased.
Hello, sir. Heard
you wanted to see me.
I'd like to say welcome. Welcome to Illyria. Welcome, 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 welcome to Illyria. I just wanted to have you in and say welcome.
Welcome! Lick the stream, folks. It tastes like bad investing. With a hint of Ponzi scheme. Thank you. I do appreciate it. And I know the cool thing is, if you are not a paying member, YouTube gives me compensation by people watching my videos. YouTube Premium pays me as well. And I am very grateful for the people who are members. And the cool thing is there's a lot of channel gifting that happens, and I gift 10 memberships every month. I try to do more, but I'm just I'm just been a little bit tight. So I bring in about, it ranges between $1,000 and $1,200 a month on YouTube, and so I appreciate. I feel like that's everybody. So that's not nothing to sniff at, but that is it's a blessing. So I really appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Time to gather the knowledge, develop the skills, and to refine your character such that you can succeed in that particular environment. And so you may well have developed yourself to a point where your time is worth $100 per hour in a certain environment. I've had legal bills before that were $350 per hour. They'd worked and worked and worked to develop a skill, gather knowledge. Their time was worth that amount. But nobody's time, a person who's a brand new young person out of law school, they're not getting paid $100 or $200 or $300 an hour. That's not the truth. When we're brand new at anything, there is not anything when we're brand new at it, at which our time.
Guess what, though? When I got trained at my job, when I first started out as a cashier, when I was trying to earn more money while my spouse was in law school, they paid me to get trained. Shocker. They paid me my hourly wage the one that we agreed upon for a working functional cashier, they paid me that to get trained. Guess what? When you go into a law firm and you get salary, and I think there's bonuses attached to that too, but when they're training you on how the firm runs and how the processes are and all that other good stuff and how the paralegals work with people and what does production look like and all the relationships and everything, you still get paid for that because those are not scam-like entities. His logic is twisty, in my opinion. I've never had a job that didn't pay me for training. Right? Listen, in the chat, if you've ever been trained in a job, did you get paid to be trained? I would love to know. Or replay crew, did you get paid to be trained?
Is worth $100 per hour. That is true. And so that makes it required, it is requisite of us that we put leverage to work. Since we don't have, our time is not worth enough when we're brand new and we don't have knowledge, we don't have skills yet. Our time is not worth that $100, $200, $300 per hour invested in this enterprise. Therefore, in order for this to work out for us, what must we do? We must employ the principles of leverage early in our career, not just later in our career, because there's nothing that logically says that if it costs $100,000 to make $5,200 in interest in a year, there's nothing that suggests that my time capital, if I'm brand new at this and I'm very part-time, my time capital is not going to be worth $100,000. And if my time capital is not worth $100,000, then I can't get that return. And so what I must do is find a way to put leverage to work for me very early.
How are you going to leverage a broken compensation model? Oh, by beating the system, by just being good enough to talk your downline into signing up more people in their downline so that you get your unified little freaking triangles that you need to have so that you can get paid on whatever the monthly stuff and the bonuses? Is that the leverage you're talking about, getting leverage on a broken compensation model? Even though I make hourly wages, when I have to do trainings, I still get paid.
My career. And so
yeah, I think he's probably stimming. If you're watching his legs go back and forth, and everybody stims, so.
idea of leverage. And that's my next kind of rambling thought. I've had way too many conversations where and I, by the way, if something is being improperly perceived, if people are misunderstanding anything,
oh God,
then I have to
Spray
accept
that.
the fact that I must have done a poor job of explaining that which is being
Okay, we're rewinding that because I was talking over him. What are we at? 1727. Listen to what he says.
We do. We must employ the principles of leverage early in our career, not just later in our career, because there's nothing that logically says that if it costs $100,000 to make $5,200 in interest in a year, there's nothing that suggests that my time capital, if I'm brand new at this and I'm very part-time, my time capital is not going to be worth $100,000.
Here it is.
And if my time capital is not worth $100,000, then I can't get that return. And so what I must do is find a way to put leverage to work for me very early in my career. And so with this idea of leverage, and that's my next kind of rambling thought. I've had way too many conversations where and I, by the way, if something is being improperly perceived, if people are misunderstanding anything, then I have to accept the fact that I must have done a poor job of explaining that which is being misunderstood.
If people are misunderstanding something, then I have to assume that I did a bad job of explaining it. Are they misunderstanding it, or do they disagree with your position? Because the multi-level marketing business opportunity is a broken compensation model. Also, thumbs downers, what's up?
What the hell?
Stop saying that.
What the hell? What the hell? What the hell?
Stop.
What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? What the hell?
Yep.
I here acknowledge that I perhaps have done a poor job.
Listen, if your thumb's downing it, cool. I would say, and I don't even know if you're still listening, because sometimes you see something and you see it's anti-MLM, get upset because you want to protect the people that you already like. My thought is this. You deserve to go into an opportunity with your eyes wide open, and for someone not to be taking advantage of your understanding of what the opportunity is because they're using the bite model of authoritarian control. We see that in all of the pitches that I've looked at so far in Nelo Life. I'm not trying to tell you to not thumbs down it. I'm just saying good opportunities and good leaders can stand up to scrutiny. If there's questions, how come somebody is not answering the questions in an open and upfront way? It's still engagement for sure. Yeah, I'm not upset. I'm just having fun with the sound bites. Unless it's leverage to lift something, I don't want it. Oh, God. It's interesting. Our buddies have found the stream. I'm just going to press play.
Explaining some things that I think need to be understood more clearly. And so here, we're going to talk about that for a second. So in my conversation earlier today with a young man who has a need to make a couple $1,000s this month. I think back on times in my career. There was a time when I was involved with a company that
got our buddies.
A person would join the company and almost 50% of the people who enrolled would place a $4,000 initial order to get this large bunch of products. In more recent years, my total product experience back in a cannabis company I was involved with, the person spent $2,500. And so if, just think about that for a moment, if we are having a flow of new member applications into our organization, whatever the number is it 1 a day, 2 a day, 10 a day, 1,000 a day, 100 a day, whatever it is, if the average enrollment is bringing with it a significant amount of money because tied to that enrollment was a product purchase of $1,000 or $1,500 or $2,000, well, then you can see you could have a relatively small number of personal enrollments, just a few people, who likewise enrolled a few people. And because those enrollment packs were so big, then that would create short-term income. It would create income as a result of all those enrollment packs the first month. And that's exciting. And so it can create that preliminary, that initial check. But then what happens?
Like in Nelo Life, when you're getting the bonuses for becoming unified or having your little triangles of power that you're creating. I know it's not a lot. They're asking you to do a lot of money, a lot of stuff for not a lot of money. But if you're recruiting, I don't know, 15,000 people, I don't know how many people's on his team, then that adds up.
All those people who enrolled this month and spent $1,000 or $1,500 or $2,000, next month it goes to $110 auto ship. And so though it was exciting this month, it falls on its face next month. And so with any company in this direct selling industry that is based on the movement of large enrollment packs, then what you'll have is income fluctuations, pretty bizarre fluctuations over time. Hopefully the trend line will go up, but there'll be great big fluctuations inside that trend line. Here we have the trend line, and in the week or month, we have a whole lot of enrolling.
I know somebody just either sent this video out to their WhatsApp group or I find it interesting that you think that a thumbs down is going to slow down the video when it just takes one person to benefit from this video. If they say, this is interesting, I can ask better questions now. And if their questions are not getting answered by the leaders, the founders, their uplines in Nelo Life, that is an issue. They talk about transparency. What transparency are they actually giving you? when we looked at the stream last week, when we were looking at the SEC and what the SEC says a pyramid scheme is and what the SEC says a Ponzi scheme is, and the same thing with the FTC and what they say pyramid schemes are, there's some red flags here. And shouldn't you, if you're in Nelo Life, know what the red flags are so you can make an informed decision about the opportunity? I mean, put your head in the sand if you want to, but can't you advocate for yourself and your family better? If you have more information and you know that potentially there's manipulative behaviors going on that are pushing you to do something that maybe you wouldn't have done if you weren't under the influence of a high control group? Patricia! Let's go! Moving on up, because we're just gonna celebrate because we got all our fun buddies in the chat. Here we go. Member. Moving on up. Where are we?
Well, we're moving on up to the side, to a deluxe apartment in the sky.
Yeah, they're not made visible to people, and does it impact, like, if it's well over, like if it's, I don't know, 4,000 thumbs down to 100 thumbs up? I mean, that could. But the fact that y'all are sending this video out to your compatriots in Nelo Life, someone's going to get curious and start listening to stuff. Someone's going to say, I wonder why Julie Anderson was forced to take 50 of her videos down about Nelo Life from the founders who just say it's transparency above everything, and yet they're silencing people, allegedly, on the internet. When it's commentary. When it's critique. Or it could be parody. Well, this is critique and commentary, but whatever.
Big enrollment packs, then we get a nice check. Then the next month that goes all the way down to just the auto ship number.
Thank you so much.
If we hold it inside the upward channel, then we have another wave of enrollment that goes up here. Well, in our case, if we stop and think about it for a second, no one is enrolling and spending more than $79, right? Nobody's spending more than $79. And out of that $79, $20 is what it actually costs to join the company. And so what we will have in this company, very, very, very predictable. What we'll have in this company is something much more like this, just a steady climb, because what we don't have are the great big enrollment packs, which cause those fluctuations. That's good news over time. The more challenging news immediately is, let's assume, think of the young man I was talking to today, is going to launch an organization, needs to make a couple $1,000s. Well, if I was talking about a company where he might join me and 4 or 5 people spend $4,000 or $5,000, then that would solve his problem this month. But by solving his problem this month, I would be creating a problem for 4 or 5 other people, because now they've got $4,000 or $5,000 worth of stuff they don't know what to do with. That is the truth. So to solve one guy's problem, you got to create 4 or 5 other people's problems. I have to acknowledge that that's been true too much of my career. Here we have
You have to acknowledge that's been true in too much of my career. Listen, y'all who stan Randy, listen to what he just said. Now, are there big enrollment packets in Nelo? No. It's even twistier than that, though, because of the compressed or forced matrix that y'all have for your compensation model, and knowing that most, if not all, compensation models in multi-level marketing are unethical, because the uplines win before something is moved to an actual customer, and the reps are the actual customers. There's no meaningful differentiation other than y'all have a different name than a customer in the system.
Situation. Not a single person is going to have any problems caused here. $79 is the entry fee, $59 per month. It is my belief that the vast majority of people, if they utilize the entire product offering, even as it's available just today, utilizing simply the life perks as well as the travel, I believe that right now, today, a person has a greater than $59 per month value in the offering, and therefore we should never have these great big fluctuations, because it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's no reason to quit. when we don't have people who are having products stacked up in the garage and trying to figure out the credit card bills, which is an unfortunate reality.
How much does Priceline cost, Randy? How much does Kayak cost? Okay, well, maybe Costco has better deals. Costco's between $50 and $60 for a whole year. And in Nelo Life, you're paying to be a part of the pyramid. The pyramid structure. I mean, you can say all day long it's not a pyramid scheme. The structure looks pyramid in shape. Whenever you talk about your little unified triangles, they're triangles. So I'm just talking about the shape here. I have a lot of questions. You're wanting the monthly amount to be low enough that people will never stop paying it, in my opinion. Not you, but the founders. And then that works into this forced whatever matrix system that Nelo Life has. And the bonuses and the monthly commission starts to compound after you get more and more and more and more lines.
Of the industry. And so my first rambling thought was, well, this is the single best product value that I've seen before.
I can't see.
If we could address this as a standalone relationship.
I think it says PCT in the middle of that column he wrote.
Not bringing baggage into it from some other relationship. If it can be a new, fresh relationship as opposed to a rebound relationship, then what we'll...
I'm sorry. If we're going to use like really strange metaphors and examples, I'll give you one. Randy talking about closing off or cauterizing the former relationships or their former companies that people were associated with and just focus on Nelo Life and the goodness and the newness of Nelo Life. It's like the person who did the shitty stuff to you in the relationship before coming to you and wanting to start a new relationship with you and then saying, cauterize your old experiences with me because this is new. This is fresh. It's not going to be like it was last time. That's what it seems like because guess what? Randy was in Transact Card /Finmore. And from what I saw online. So we're supposed to listen to Randy, or y'all in Nelo Life on Randy's team are supposed to listen to Randy who talked y'all into staying when Transact /Finmore was literally sinking. And he's the one saying, hey, this is different, this is new, just forget about all that other shit I said. Forget about all the other shit that everyone who came over to Nelo Life said when we were in Transact /Finmore and we were trying to tell you to hold on. Are we in the Twilight Zone? I have that soundbite. Let me just grab it real quick. Where's my hater? Dear God, where's my soundbite? I got it. Here's my haters. Do I have it? There we go. There we go. Delayed soundbite, but here we are. It's a PVC pipe. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. We need to get that. I need to get that that soundbite from Wizard of Oz. Here is Aaron's stream. Aaron has been covering Nelo Life in a big way as well. Aaron covers all sorts of multi-level marketing fuckery. She is your cursey free friend here on the internet. She's a military veteran and incredible, got out of Prove It, and is so eloquent and a force to be reckoned with. So go subscribe to Aaron. I will not be taking business relationship advice from an MLM hopper who clearly can't commit to shit. Oh, he's still in Canaway? Interesting.
We'll find is that these first two items, the product offering as currently available, not just what's coming, as currently available, and the company are the best, literally the best of my career, though the company is so
Simply
very young. That to me is kind of crazy. And I would call these two right there, I'd give these guys a solid 10 out of 10. Now, in terms of timing, here is the deal.
Product company timing. Okay. 10 out of 10. What actually is supposed to support that statement? So, for example, I hate to go back, I feel like, back when I was in college, my professor beat it into our heads to cite our sources, which I love. And so when we would make a claim, or we'd make our hypothesis, or we would say our thesis statement or whatever for our papers that we were writing. And I'm an awful writer, so I don't know how I got into the honors English class. You would lay out your thesis and you'd lay out your points, and when you'd make a point, you would reference it and you'd cite your sources, because it could not just be trust me, bro. But in MLM here, it is trust me, bro. And he's saying, oh, it's 10 out of 10 based on his experience after he's told you to cauterize your previous experiences with other MLMs and don't bring that baggage here. No, the situation should be Eric and Larry and Nick and Orkin should say potentially that they created a business in the midst of the associations that they had with another company, Transact/Finmore, and we know the shitstorm that is coming that we created, and how are we going to compensate for what we chose to do and participate in, and do it with some type of integrity, because all we've been hearing from Eric and his buddies is, we're so transparent, Nelo's so transparent, we're top tier, this is exceptional, all this other stuff, when you can look in the mirror and say, oh, you know what, I messed that up, and I'm going to take responsibility for it, and I'm going to say I'm sorry for leading y'all along on as long as I did, or as long as we did, and say, just keep going, just keep trying. That was wrong, we shouldn't have done that. Oh. I guess we don't apologize. Eternal sunshine of the spotless pyramid. Oh, exactly. The professor would look at you like an ass if you showed up with his presentation. Automatic F. Anyone else see the Orkin man as the pest? Yes. 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 Agree.
I want to help that young man that I was talking to today who said, Randy, I need to make $2,000 in this next 30 days. Starting today, I need to make $2,000 in the next 30 days. Now, for those of you who are more affluent, those of you who've got a bunch of money, $2,000 may not sound like a big thing, I promise you, but lots and lots and lots of people today it is. And the key is this, remember, it's not about earning $2,000 one time. A person in this company who earns $2,000 this month will earn it again next month, except it'll be a little bit more. Why? Because we don't have these great big enrollment packs. And so if...
Did he just make an income claim? Now, we could, argue about this where he's using a hypothetical example, except he did say that he talked to someone earlier that day who needed to make $2,000. And so we could be teetering on that fine line of him talking about a hypothetical situation or him actually talking about an actual person. And he just said the person's going to be able to make $2,000 in a little bit more than next month because we don't have these big up and downs. You can't say that. Oh, yes, it's been very wild. It's been very wild. I know everyone's like, what do you mean you can't say that? Have you read the Section 5 of the FTC Act, Section 5? Federal Trade Commission? FTC.gov? Just type in FTC.gov, Section 5, and the whole thing will pop up. And it'll talk about stuff that you can and cannot say because of consumer protection. Now, there's big emotions about what the FTC can and cannot do, or has been doing, and who's associated with it. But the agency and what it's supposed to do, it's laid out on the website, and we can also, as consumer protection advocates, bring public attention to this because it's a public concern. The SEC also has information about this too. You can't make claims like this.
to look at over the course of a 6-month period of time. If I was knowledgeable enough to understand the truth of those companies selling big enrollment packs, then I would have to tell that young man, it's easier for me to show you how to make $2,000 this your first month than it will be for you to maintain that the second, third, and fourth month. Because in your first month, you'll have your fresh circle of influence. You'll have these large enrollment packs. You can go get the big.
Yes. Heck yeah.
And we can solve this month's problem, but next month's problem is going to be right back there. It's going to be a little bit more difficult for us to address.
Do we need that soundbite? Wait, is that an actual soundbite, or you're hearing the voice of the professor from Futurama saying that? Because if that's a soundbite, I need to get it.
Here I'm going to go the opposite direction. This month's problem is a little bit more difficult to address because we're not going to bring a whole bunch of people in with large enrollment packs. But next month's problem and every month after that will be easier to address. Because why? Because it's not based upon those great big entry fees. And so a person who earns $2,000 this month, really, really, really strong possibility to earn $2,000 or more the next month, and more the next month, and more the next month.
How is this dude? How has this guy never gotten in trouble with the Federal Trade Commission?
Based upon these broad
new member. What the hell? How did I miss this? Wait, I can't see it. Hold on. I'm looking. I don't see the new member. Maybe it's coming in after. A really strong possibility. Let's see. I'm going to type in member and see. Aridel gifted 1 DC membership. Let's freaking go. Thank you so much. Riley Ward got one. Let's go. Thank you very much. And thank you for saying it, because I definitely missed it. I had to search for it. Let's see.
Horatio Gold.
Headmaster.
So very pleased to meet you. So very
pleased.
Hello, sir. Heard
you wanted to see me.
I'd like to say
welcome.
Welcome to Illyria. Welcome to Illyria. I just wanted to have you in to say welcome.
Listen, I hate to keep protesting or saying that y'all should watch She's the Man. And maybe it's not as funny as I think it is, but I love that so much. I love that movie. But that scene is so funny to me because Amanda Bynes, they were ad-libbing and he wasn't supposed to be singing that. And she had gotten her compression wrap that she was using for her upper body because she was pretending to be her brother stuck in the filing cabinet. And he was singing to her and she's leaning. And that's why she was trying to go at the end of the song, and you can hear it. You can barely hear it. Oh my god. Aridel, what soundbite would you like? Oh, I'm glad you liked it. It's like a cute, feel-good movie, you know? It is so good. Patty the Baddie. Yeah, I finally found it. Sorry, Pickle Nits. Aridel, let me know if you want to, what? Anything Disney? Oh, this is perfect for Randy. Are we ready? I'm ready. Disney's coming right up. I have a whole Disney folder, and it's all organized now. This is Randy.
My dear, sweet child, that's what I do. It's what I live for. To help unfortunate merfolk like yourself. Poor souls with no one else to turn to.
Oh, that's a long one. Hold on.
Poor soul.
Oh, here we go. Oh.
My dear, sweet child.
What? I want to see the song. Where's the Poor Unfortunate Soul song?
Poor
there we go.
Unfortunate souls in pain, in need.
Did you like it, Lynn? I just thought it was cute.
They come flocking to my cauldron crying, spells, Ursula, please, and I help them.
Yes, I do. come on, that's an MLM. That's an MLM situation. You know what I mean? Like that's if that was an individual talking to a potential prospect, like all of those things fit.
Which are provoked by large enrollment packs. So we come down here to the timing. In order to meet that young man's need, and if he has that need, then many others do too. In order to meet that young man's need, then what is the process?
I thought that she just said a bad word, but it's not a bad word. I think just where I cut it, it sounds like a bad word.
When I first got involved with the company, because I have never been involved in a company where the enrollment was $79. I never have. I mean, I've been involved with business, I said, for $4,000, $5,000, $1,500, $2,000. I've not experienced that before. And so as I've long taught, one really understands the compensation mechanism when you live it. I can study it. I can review it. I've done a lot of things in network marketing.
Oh, flocking to my cauldron. Oh, it definitely sounded like the other F word. Not forking, but the other one.
But until you've lived a compensation plan and received income in the compensation
I'm off
plan,
center, sorry.
really, really hard to understand it with enough clarity to teach it to somebody else. What I now know is this: to make this income wheel turn the way that young man I was speaking to today needed it to turn, and like perhaps many of you needed it to turn. And here's the deal: I need to look at 7, but when I need to look at 1. When I enroll 1, if this is Randy and I enroll 1, if I see 1, I'm making a mistake. What I need to do is utilize our compensation mechanism to create the kind of enrollment volume that will create those initial checks that cause other people to want to go where I am going or where you are going. And so when
we're talking about recruiting, Mr. Sir, that is one of recruiting without a true product or service. You're saying that you're paying $79 to access the platform. Okay, I'm not the one that determines what if anything is a pyramid scheme. I've been watching too much TV and that was a joke. I would say the amount of talk about recruiting is pretty twisty in Nelo Life and other MLMs. If it's about, like, I don't know, what can I sell? Let's say I'm selling crochet hooks. I don't have to go find people to sell crochet hooks to be able to make money, allegedly, if I was selling crochet hooks wholesale. True wholesale, not MLM wholesale, because MLM wholesale is a freaking joke. Ask bomb party reps. Like, I wouldn't have to go to Karina to say, like, oh, buy all this inventory. And then when I talk Karina into buying $6,000 worth of crochet hooks, I get a big commission check. And then she's stuck with $6,000 worth of crochet hooks and then she, to compensate for that, is going to go get someone to buy $6,000 of crochet hooks. You just are finding actual customers to buy the crochet hooks in most businesses. What if anything was snow? What if anything is an actual blizzard? What if anything... Oh my god, it's so bad. They call a payment plan a compensation plan. It's either an MLM or a Ponzi scheme. Could be. Yes. Yep. I love The Roommate. We've got 10 thumbs down, so somebody... Listen, I don't get a bunch of views on my streams in general, like... So, the funny thing is, someone's sending out a video and saying, oh, someone's talking about Nelo Life. I'm just... Okay, well then people are gonna go and look and see what someone's saying. Howdy hey, buddies! Luckily for Karina, she did not have $6,000 sitting around. Oh, God. I mean, I don't know. I don't even know what to say to somebody who's watching this right now, who's in Nelo Life, because your brain is already, like, pre-trained to think that anything that anti-MLM is saying is horse shit. And you just need to keep us quiet and not even engage in a conversation. If something is a pyramid scheme, if something is dangerous to consumers, people need to know about it, especially the people who are in the company and potentially in something that they may need help digging themselves out of later on. Oh, it's only $79. It's not that dangerous. It's more complex than that. When you look at the actual compensation model that Eric and Larry and Nick lay out on all of their training videos. Leave me alone in a craft store and I might go away with the 6,000 in yarn. Yeah, I'm just the interest to me, it's not crushing my soul that I'm getting thumbs downs. It is realizing that there's this idea to protect your own in MLM, and we're seeing it literally in real time right now with people who are in Nelo Life, and they're saying, oh my God, someone's talking about us again. Someone's talking about Randy, all this other stuff. We're talking about the bad ideas and the problematic compensation model. And who would benefit from knowing that it's problematic? People in Nelo Life. I love that, Karina. I do. I need supervision in craft stores too, Aya.
One. The battle is not won. If I enroll a member and they placed a $5,000 order or a $4,000 order in some company with a large enrollment pack, then I can say, okay, that was done. Here, if I enroll a person, I can't say that was done. I can't. What I really have is a customer who has access to the compensation plan. That's the way I want you to view it. When you enroll an affiliate,
when you enroll an affiliate, you have a customer that has access to the compensation plan. Okay.
They didn't place a $4,000 order or a $3,000 order. They don't have a bunch of inventory on hand to move. What you now have is a customer with access to the compensation plan as opposed to just a customer. In order to turn that customer who has access to the compensation plan into a business builder, then we need to look at this not as one, but as one who does what? Enrolls two, who enroll two. This then becomes the mechanism that will cause the income wheel to turn rapidly enough to meet the need of the young man that I was speaking with.
Okay, but did you know that they're waiving the customer requirement for the first 90 days since Nelo Life opened? Why would they do that if there's no issues with how the compensation model works? Why are they waiving the customer requirement to get unified for 90 days since when Nelo Life opened, if it's not something in the pyramid scheme territory? Or why is it showing signs that are listed on the SEC website and the FTC's website about what to look for if you may be involved with a pyramid scheme? And they took away the one factor that makes it a non-pyramid scheme. They took away the customer requirement, and they said that Eric Allen said it on his stream. 25 minutes in and he's drawing pyramids. Jackson, your comments are very on point tonight. Oh, OMG, he drew a pyramid. Is that not telling for people who are in Nelo Life? Oh, well, the founders just want us to be able to make as much of an impact since we're at the bottom. We're at the bottom of that fun little S curve so that we can have as much momentum as possible. If you're going to run a business in an ethical way, and an ethical way requires customers, then why is Nelo Life waiving that for y'all in the first 90 days to become unified? So you can rank up and feel those good feelings and build that momentum and then get your paychecks, and then, you'll figure it out and be able to get customers after that 90 days. You should have just done it from the beginning. You should have done it right from the beginning. Not y'all, the founders.
Here today.
Nightbot
because now I am
fast
looking
right now.
at
Let me
not just
change it.
$79. Okay, so this person enrolled and spent 79. That doesn't count. That's not volume for him. That's volume for me, the upline. But this one enrolls and spends $79. But now he has
this.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times 79. Now suddenly that's a $480. That's the equivalent of a $480 enrollment pack if we're looking at the way that would typically work with a product-based company in the network marketing industry. And there are plenty of companies who have created that rapid flow of new member applications and the resulting checks with entry packages, not in the $5,000 range as I've done much of my career, not in the $1,500, but within that $500 range. So when we look at this, not as I enroll one, it's one, but when I say, no, my job in the enrollment process is completed when my one is unified. That's when my job in the enrollment process is completed. You say, wait a minute, Randy, does that mean that it's harder? Well, no. You tell me. Is it easier to enroll somebody with $79 than for $4,000? Of course it is. Easier to enroll somebody with $79 than it is.
So it's a low bar of entry. And do you think that they're going to be able to pay $79 for a longer period of time to get your unified little triangles together so that you can start making money? Potentially.
500. Well, of course it is. And so if I was somehow so lucky that I could get this simple idea to permeate, to find its spot in you to
sir,
can we just like not permeate anything in this direction? Just like keep it to yourself, okay? I don't want any osmosis. I don't want any permeation. I don't want any of it. No. I think I'll pass.
And again, if y'all don't, the way that the forced matrix is, but there's a way to get around the forced matrix because if you're a controlling person, if you're detail oriented, like I've seen some of these uplines be, you're going to be very strategic about who you put in because it's an autofill, meaning it goes, you sign up 2 people. The first person who gets entered goes on the left, and then the second person goes on the right. Then you have 4 more people that you need to enroll. That drops down to the next line, and it goes left, left, right, right. It's forcing people to fill out a matrix, and what we've seen from individuals is that a forced matrix system is problematic. I mean, as all multi-level marketing compensation models are.
The seed and let the seed grow. If you could wrap your arms around the idea that your job in enrolling a person is really completed when that person is unified. And then I would put that into the same category of the activity that would be required to enroll somebody who's spending $4,000 or $5,000. If we are constantly not just thinking of one, but looking at one and seeing 7, now really, really good things can happen. And this is what I was referring when I said we've got to put the benefits of leverage to work early in your career because there is not a large enrollment pack. With large enrollment packs, you can ratchet up volume really fast. And of course, we know the outcome. You ratchet up the volume really fast on large enrollment packs. Then whenever those large enrollment packs stop flowing at a given point in time, for whatever reason, because it is Christmas, because it is Passover, because it is
because the initial person who only had to buy one product pack to sign up for the company and they get the discount and they get the products for a discount, they never have to buy that large amount of inventory ever again. So you have to be a better salesperson, in my opinion, to do that. To sell a bigger amount of inventory to someone in a one-off situation. And then you also have to talk that person into doing a monthly order because you cannot access a commission check in most companies if you are not buying something monthly.
Whatever the holiday is, then all of a sudden enrollment stops and it comes clear down here to the auto ship lines. And now you have these dramatic reductions in income. Though I'm now just...
You know what? Next time we talk about Nelo Life, I will have Keanu read on the screen from the Matrix because I think that's just appropriate at this point since we're going to be talking about forced matrices, whatever. Forced matrix.
This model for the first time, I am really, really, really happy, confident, optimistic about what it produces over time, because I've lived through too many of these, and every time one of these happens, it hurts people. Why?
Oh, stop pretending like you're the victim in this. You were a top seller. Okay, fact check this shit. Hold on. I'm not calling him a shit. I'm saying that he's I'm gonna have a soundbite. Say it for me. Why am I so mad? Here we go. Here we go. Where is it?
Terrible liar.
Terrible liar. Randy Schroeder. Business for home. Here we go. Tab. Paste. All right. Okay, fine. Allow. Industry icon Randy Schroeder achieves Crown Ambassador rank at Canaway. Randy Schroeder is a 29-year veteran of the direct sales industry, having successfully worked as both a distributor and a corporate executive since 1989. He has earned... Please hold. He has earned as independent distributor over $30 million over the course of his career in direct selling. What the hell are you talking about? I don't know why I have so many tabs open, but welcome to my life. Talking about a struggle of getting people to buy large inventory packs. You've made $30 million over the course of your career. In a short time, so he's been in others, in a short time, he has achieved the top rank in Canaway, specialized in hemp-based botanical products. This April, and so this is from... Sorry. This is from 2018, so 6 years ago. This April, he will speak at the Canaway National Conference in Las Vegas. Randy has also been instrumental in Canaway's expansion in Europe. Canaway went on a 2-week multi-city tour of Europe last September, promoting the many benefits of CBD and the Canaway system at events around Europe. The central goal of this historic trip was to introduce Canaway to the European market. What? This is just me saying this is bullshit. Oh, God. I don't know what I just said. Him talking about, I've been here too many times. He earned over $30 million in his entire career in multi-level marketing. I don't like this idea where he is trying to put himself in the starting non-salesperson's shoes when he was never there. Stacy, 30 million, and he still uses a dry erase board on a camera. Yeah.
Are seeing this.
In Julie Joe's words, if you're gonna lie, do it better.
Inflation in income is almost unavoidable. They spend more money. They take on more debt. You're going to try and teach people not to do that. Then suddenly the enrolling mechanism slows down for whatever reason. Bang, the income falls on his face. It will never happen in this company. Why? Because this line is drawn.
Sir, have you heard of the anti-MLM movement? Oh, yeah, you're trying to silence people, but guess what? Polka will never die. Polka will never die. If you don't know what that means, then you got to read the Harry Dresden books, but one person can make a difference. One person can make a difference no matter how scared they are and how big the task at hand can be. One person speaking up can make a difference.
By $79 entries. Now, this is really an important thought, and I wish I could get this out of my head to yours. This is an important one. Remember that in any network marketing company, there are 3 lines of productivity. And the first line of productivity is what I call the promotion line.
See.
The promotion line throughout my career has been that amount of product that one intended to purchase and yet did not intend to personally consume. So if I joined a company and I bought an enrollment package and I had $1,000 of the products in it, I planned on using 100 myself. Well, that meant that I had 900 left in promotional purchase. That was a promotional purchase. So I'd have a product to display to somebody else. It was a purchase. So I'd have a product to sell to somebody else. That promotion part of the volume, that is this top line. The promotion line is what pulls the other line, the second line behind it.
If you're just like listening to this, Jackson said he spent all that money on a fancy projector just to prop up a whiteboard and use a half-dead marker. Jackson, you win. Kazoo's in the chat for Jackson. Holy shit.
The slope of this line is what creates the second line.
Chicken nugget.
And what is the second line?
Our favorite chicken nugget of all time. Our ultimate chicken nugget. Not, I know sometimes we say chicken nugget and numpty in less than positive terms, but this is our ultimate chicken nugget benefactor of awesome.
Hardship line. And so what I've taught for many, many, many years is that this line will correct a couple of times per year. Why? Because when the kids are out of school, there's not as much as enrolling that goes on, and so it retreats to its auto ship line. Christmas time comes, Hanukkah comes, Passover comes, Easter comes. My promotion line gives way to the underlying internal consumption line is what it's called. And the third line is the plain old pure product usage among the person who does not embrace the business at all. They just want to use the product. And I've taught for many, many, many years, and it's been accurate, that the slope of the top line is what determines the slope of the second and the third line. Now, in order to create a...
Because the more people you recruit, the more money that you're going to get, the more customers you're going to find. They're going to be purchasing. Your reps are going to be purchasing. No shit, the top line's going to determine the middle line and the bottom line? What is fucking magical about what he is saying? The more you recruit, the more money you're going to get. Recruiting meaning signing people up for the opportunity and signing customers up. And it's going to slow down at some parts of the year and it's going to speed up at other parts of the year. But if you're not doing the work, then it's not going to do any of that because you've got to go out there and actually put in the work. Oh, wait, was this from Mary Kay? No, it's freaking from Nelo Life because all the pitches are so similar. It's almost as if that's how numbers work, Randy.
Motion line in Nelo Life. Remember, if we have this is our line.
No
if this
croutons,
line is
no
so
dressing.
Flat, it is so flat, there's no promotion there, then there's nothing to pull the next line up behind it. You say, well, why does that matter? A steep promotion line, that implies more people joining the company, more people who have a need. They meet their need by approaching other people. In this case, we will never have a steep promotion line because why? Because we're not selling anybody $3,000 or $4,000 or $5,000 of the products. In order for this to become the mechanism that does not just produce long-term stable income, it'll do that for anybody who has no urgency of income.
It will create long-term stable income for anybody? I'm saying this shocked because I've read Section 5 of the FTC Act. You can't say that. You cannot make promises of income. You cannot say that you are going to have consistent income if you join this opportunity. You cannot say if you earn $2,000 one month, then you're for sure or you're likely to get the same or more month after month after month after month. You can't say that. Why am I getting so angry? Because it harms the consumers, and the SEC and the FTC are in place to protect consumers. And if you're participating in something that harms consumers, you can take a look in the mirror and say, what things am I okay participating in? Taking advantage of consumers by using information control, using lies of omission, breaking the rules that have been set out to protect consumers. if you're going to do stuff like that, are you going to be able to sleep well at night? Because I can tell you, sleeping well, being able to lay your head on your pillow and be peaceful, it kind of is meaningful the older you get. MLM will never be stable. Monate. Wendy did a great video that dropped today on Monate. I am gonna grab their link. Oops. MLM. I just need to do a shortcut in here. Here's the video. You want to go watch that? You have to pop out now to go watch it. Feel free to like the stream before you leave.
Follows the process over time, it'll do that. The person, however, who needs to ratchet the income more quickly, that may have to do about our own personal need to make some money right now, or it may be something very different. In my own case right now, I have a personal need to make this income wheels turn quickly. Why? So that when somebody says, Randy, how's it working for you? I can say, well, here, I'm so happy to show you. Let me show you how it's working for you.
So when someone asks, Randy, how's it working for you? You can show them here. This is how it's working for me.
What the hell?
Attention shoppers. We have a customer making income claims on every aisle of the grocery store. We have a customer making income claims on every aisle of the grocery store. Somebody call the FTC for the love of God.
My first month, let me show you my second month, my third month. Understand this, proof of income is the lubrication that greases the wheels of all productivity in the network marketing business and all productivity in this company. This is a network marketing company. The way to create the promotion line in this company is to look at 1 and see 7. If you look at 1 and see 1, then what you've got is a promotion line that is so very, very flat that it's going to be growing from the bottom up. That's terrific because it doesn't lend itself to these great big
Liaria. Oh, and not lubrication. Holy crap. We have liaria. We have fraudacity. We've got lots of words we've made up on our channel. Did he just say lubrication? Unfortunately, pickle nits, we're in hell now.
Corrections that would be true in companies that offer large enrollment packs. It also will not produce the income fast enough to meet the current income need of one who has a little bit of a challenge right now. And so my message to me, letting you listen, my message to me is this. I
love how he's like, the message to me, but letting you listen. You're still telling somebody who's going to be watching this video. You have to have some guardrails and have some self-control. I guess you don't, because here we are listening to Randy. How do you sleep well at night? Knowing that you're breaking the rules with regards to, like, consumer protection. I know it's twisty in other situations. I'm not saying that it is a cut and dried issue. I don't understand. I don't understand how he feels good about this sales pitch. And I don't understand, genuinely, I don't understand after you've read the rules on the FTC's website or on the SEC's website, or just in general, knowing that lying to people or twisting the truth or withholding information, like a lie of omission, to get someone to buy something is wrong.
One, I must see 7, and my job has not been completed, I can't say that I met the mark of doing a successful enrollment. In fact, I would call a successful enrollment is one that has become unified. If I've simply enrolled someone, well, that was an enrollment, but that's not a successful enrollment. A successful enrollment is when
You're telling me that there's not going to be anybody being twisty in Nelo Life with this whole forced matrix system, because there are punishments for people in the Nelo Life commission structure. If you don't sign the person up and you get stacked into, you don't get all the benefits and you can't get unified that way. You're telling me that somebody like Randy, who's probably recruiting hundreds of people a month, is not saying, hold on, you'll still get access to me, but I'm going to put your recruiter as this person because here we help everybody and they are creating unifications for people. You're telling me that's never going to happen in Nelo Life? You're creating a situation, you're creating the perfect storm for that to happen in Nelo Life. In my opinion. In my experience in Young Living.
Enrolled and help that person become unified. Enroll, unify, enroll, unify. Now that, of course, falls directly and exactly. By the way, now we come down here to
By the way, again, just as a reminder, if you're in Nelo Life, your founders have put the customer requirement for getting unified on hold for the next 90 days. So why don't you go to the FTC's website and look up what are the hallmark signs of pyramid schemes, and then come look at this presentation again and look at what your founders are doing with removing the customer requirement for getting unified, and then say to yourself with confidence that you still believe that there isn't issues, that there aren't issues with this opportunity.
Compensation plan. All of what I'm talking to you right now, this is business building strategies that are provoked by the comp plan. And so here we are, we're 3 weeks in now to the Nelo Life business. And I candidly admit that in the beginning, what I did is just what I know how to do. I just went and sponsored people, just went and enrolled people, because that's never a bad idea. Just went and enrolled people. But now that I've lived it for 3 weeks, what do I know? I know that when I enroll a person, it is more to my benefit to cause that person to become unified than it is to enroll another person. Now, once I've got that person unified, in my own case.
No shit. We've all watched the same compensation model videos. Of course you're going to want to stack towards unification. I'm sorry. The system is going to do the force matrix shit. And then, the magic's going to happen. Organically. Okay.
This is what I do for a living. It's not one of the things that I do. It's the thing that I do. And so I'm very aggressive. I'm very promotion minded. Everyone knows that. And so I'm always working on 5 at a time, not just 1 at a time. And so I have 5 enrollments right now that are not yet unified, 5 personal enrollments.
Okay, so here's how this I'm going to draw something on screen. Apologies for how bad this drawing's going to be. We're going to draw some circles because this is a little bit twistier than we thought, in my opinion. Scenes. That's not right. Overlays. And I want a circle. I'm not going to put the names on there. We're just going to look at, we've got Randy. And this is his downline, right? And this downline is going to have these little 2 guys like this. And then, sorry. Oh, my drawing skills. You see what I'm saying? It goes like that. This whole little section right here. Let me move this over. Dang it. Undo. He's going to continue doing this with his first line. So he's going to create this whole situation over and over and over again. And he's going to teach other people how to do it as well. But this is Randy right here. And so these are his first line. I'm gonna change the color so we can see it. His first lines. So he can keep creating this over and over and over again. But what he's additionally probably doing is that he is creating this unification triangle and helping his team do it as well. Because this person can create the same thing that Randy's doing up here, even though Randy's helping them with their first, potentially with their first, but he's having to do this over and over and over again. I don't know why I just did the worst drawing of all time. Oh, undo. It doesn't matter. But do you see what I'm saying? Like, he's doing this triangle situation. That's what he's drawing on the board. And he still gets a cut of the money. There are restrictions in Nelo Life's compensation model that if you get stacked into, you cannot get unified with someone being stacked into. Well, what is it? There's some restriction on getting stacked into about what money you get for like qualifying for certain bonuses and other things. I have to go back and look at the details, but you can get around that allegedly by you not signing that person up, but by somebody where you need to put that person, putting their number in there. And so they become the recruiter and the sponsor. Ashley. Oh.
Unified. As soon as one of the 5 gets unified, that's when I'll enroll 1 more. So I'll be constantly and always working on 5 who get unified. And now we come over here. By the way, now I'm living the compensation plan. I'm into it just 3 weeks. I've received the first check. Things are becoming clear to me now. The first bit of real clarity is this. We'll not create this steep promotion line with a company that has an entry fee of $79. The way to cause the promotion line to be steep enough to cause the income to ratchet quickly enough to hold the attention of those who have a current need. And by the way, that current need might just be that proof of income that causes others to want us to go where they're going, is to look at 1 and C7. And so in this particular company, if I enroll a person, I have started the enrollment process. When I help that person become unified, I have completed. Now I've got a successful enrollment. I started the enrollment process. I got the person involved in the business. I helped them become unified. I completed the enrollment process. Start the enrollment process, complete the enrollment process, cause them to become unified. That is what will cause the income, the promotion line, born of this, because I'm not just doing 1, I'm doing 7. You've heard me teach forever. What is the first foundation piece in the development of a large successful organization in network marketing? It is a rapid flow of new member applications. That's been a requisite for success.
No shit. A rapid flow of new member applications? Yeah, you need a bunch of people with pulses and some type of number and credit card so that they can sign up for your company. No crap. I've been teaching on this forever. It's common knowledge, Randy. Everybody knows. Oh my God.
Throughout my career, never has it been so required as it is today. Why? Because we don't have promotion volume unless we look at 1 and C7 and cause people to become unified. Obviously, I wouldn't say any of these things if I didn't think that they were important, but I can't think of a single thing that I could tell you today that's more important in the development of our business than this simple thought. Look at 1 and C7, look at 1 and C7. That is, and you say, well,
look at someone with a pulse and see a recruit. Look at every opportunity that you are participating in and see a potential to share about the opportunity because the opportunity is incredible. I'm being sarcastic because he's saying, look at everybody as if they are a potential paycheck. And he is saying, look at this spot. You need to fill it with 7 to see the true income potential. But forced matrix compensation models, from what y'all have told me and what I've read on the internet, they do not perform well. Just my opinion.
Randy, why would I have more candidates? Because why could I suddenly have more candidates, more people? Well, because I've never seen a company that was meeting these marks as well as it is. People who...
You've never seen any company meet those marks as well as it is? Can I direct your attention to exhibit, I don't know, the first 60 PowerPoint presentations, Canva presentations that Eric has done to recruit people? Can I direct your attention to the awful videos that y'all have made to promote Nelo Life?
Involved before in the network marketing industry in large measure. I'm not even now talking to those who are involved in a Rebound relationship. You were just barely someplace else. You just joined us now. I'm talking about now people who know or think they know what there is to know about network marketing. Got to be willing to wipe the whiteboard completely clean and take out the spray gun. Don't leave all those
Dude, you were the one that drew on the whiteboard in the first place in the other company that everybody learned from, and that you told people to stay the course, basically, and then you jumped ship. And now you are saying, oh, don't remember all those things that I did or told you and all the baggage that comes with that. You just need to erase and start clean and just trust me, bro. I don't think so, Randy. Oh, give people a chance, DC. Like, you should have some... People should give grace to others. There is something about accountability in the face of fuckery that is refreshing. Not a lot of people choose to do it. Of saying, I did this, and it is okay if it takes you a long time to get over it, because I know that there's consequences to my behavior, and there may be long-reaching consequences for what I did, and etc., etc., etc. I'm trying to log in and see, because he's making all these freaking claims. I'm not going to share anything. Sort by name. I'm looking to see. MNOBQRS. Have I not looked him up yet? Okay. I thought I did. Oh, what's his name? S. I'll press play. Oh, I did it right. Here we go.
those memories on there of past experiences, wipe the whiteboard completely clean, and understand that we began the enrollment process with the actual registration. We complete a successful enrollment when that person becomes unified. That will then trigger the components of the compensation plan that allow us to both generate income in a more rapid fashion for those who need it. And really, really cool for me, I love the idea of building a business whose upward slope looks like this without these great big fluctuations. And there is no reason, really and truly, no kidding, based on what I've seen already about this company's ability to execute, their willingness to invest, and so on, I see no reason ever for big retractions. We will have, just know this, we will have fewer straight up spikes. We'll have fewer steep retractions. We'll have a more steady flow. If we want this slope to be steep enough to cause the income flow to be exciting and exhilarating, then we must look at 1 and C7. From the standpoint of training and support, I remind you all that this is our value add. This is our value add. We don't make the product. We are not the company. We don't affect.
We don't make the product. We are not the company. We don't.
Timing of another person. I don't write the comp plan. Neither are you. What is our value added? Training and support. So.
What do you mean your value add is training and support? What are you talking about?
Value added is training and support. Then let me ask you a question right now. Do you know what is step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10? Do you? Do you know how to execute it? Do you know what the upside is for proper execution? Do you know what the downside is for improper execution? If not, don't be upset with me when I tell you this. If you don't, you're not eligible to make money in this company yet. And one of the ways that I like to describe this, if you're a parent, I want you to imagine for a minute that you're at a party and you're at someone's home and there's 20 or 25 couples there and they've each got 2 or 3 children. And so out in the backyard, we've got 50 or 75 kids playing, or they're in the playroom next door, and there's the cacophony, the noise, the laughter, the chatter, all that goes on with the children. And suddenly, and let's think of these children as 2 and 3 years old, 2, 3, 4 years old. And suddenly there's 75 kids out there, and suddenly your child cries out in pain or fear. Do you recognize that child's voice? There's 75 of them out there. Yours cries out in pain or fear. Do you recognize the child's voice? You do. Do you recognize the sound of your child's laughter? You do. It's when you know the 10 steps, when you know how to execute the 10 steps, when you know the ladder of escalation, when you know how to execute the ladder of escalation, when you know the compensation plan, you know how to access the compensation plan. This is when you know them like you know your child's voice, when you know the smell of their hair, when you know their laughter, their cry. When you know them like that, that's when all of a sudden this stops feeling like walking through slowly drying concrete, and it starts to feel like walking on a paved road. Knowledge is important. Acting upon the knowledge develops skill. Knowledge, skill, character. Add those to this kind of a mechanism. Tremendous things can happen. Well, over here, the second element required for success, that's the 10 steps to getting started correctly. In those 10 steps to getting started correctly, this is our value add. This is where you make the money. Eric Allen, he makes his money by producing the company. Nick Sorensen.
Really?
He makes his money by producing the company. Larry Lane, where do you make your money? What do you
mean producing the company? What are you talking about? You mean running the company?
Our value add. Your value add is right here. And so tell me this, how much training and support are you doing? Are you the one who's showing the person who joins your business how to not waste time, effort, energy, and money, how to be profitable and efficient? Now, you said, but Randy, I don't want to do that. I just want to make a part-time income. Okay, no problem. You can be, if this is you, and this is a leader, you can simply be a conduit to a leader. You never need to learn how to present the business. You never need to know and understand the compensation plan. If you simply develop a relationship with a leader who does understand these things, and if you simply are an effective conduit to a leader, then you can be more than profitable. You can be substantially profitable. You can make a decent amount of money. If you want to make a lot of money, then if this is you, then you need to become the leader to whom others become a conduit. Simplest way I can explain network marketing. If you are simply a conduit to a leader, you can make a little bit of money. You can make a living if you do it long enough. If you want to do more than...
You can make a living if you do it long enough. No, sir. Absolutely not. Jackson. Oh yeah, Jen, happy Mother's Day. I forgot to say that. Eric Allen makes his money by scamming. In my opinion, I agree. Let me link Tish in the chat. I keep typing Tishy in for your shortcut, and I'm like, stop it.
Make a living. If you want to have a breakthrough financial experience, then over time, you must transition from one who is being a conduit. You are here. You know candidates the leader does not know. You introduce the candidate to the leader. You are the conduit to the leader. You can make a living at that. When on the other hand, you become the leader that others are a conduit to, that's when instead of making a living, that's when you can make a fortune, if that's in fact what you've got in mind.
Fortune?
I had some other thoughts. When I talk about these things, then
Then you can make a fortune? Are you serious? Oh, I hope you feel better soon. Fuck all the way off, conduit my ass. Yeah. Yeah, we'll submit this to the FTC.
That some people are struggling a little bit. They haven't figured out that, oh my gosh, it's only $79. I've got to do quite a bit more enrolling to make the income wheel turn. Or they have, maybe they are in a rebound relationship, and so they're wondering, where's my circle of influence going to come from? And so I'm just acknowledging that depending on who we are and where we've been, what our life experience was.
Wait. Can someone do math for me? Oh. 1 second, sorry. Um, 1975, you graduate at the age of 18. What's your date of birth? 65, 55, 57? No. 57? Which would what? Make you 60... Good night, Aradil. Would it make you 66? Is he 66? No. That math can't be right. That math can't be right. 66, 67?
Several months in advance of getting involved in Nelo Life, then our personal experience is going to have a whole lot to do. Our experience.
Dan, I love the reference. What level do I need to have a cave of gold like Smog? Good question. Good question. Okay. Got him. Okay.
Days, weeks, and months before we said yes to Nelo Life are going to have a whole lot to do with the way that the next days, weeks, and months go. That's just the way that it is. And so it's not going to start.
He was in Mona V. Y'all probably already told me that. He was in Mona V. Wow. Okay. Okay.
Same for all of us. What I've tried to express today is the things that common and recurring questions, common areas that I think have not been as well understood as could be. My own optimism is greater, maybe greater than anything I've done before.
Okay, so yeah, he was not lying when he said his house is nice. His house is nice. He was not lying. Holy crap. Houses are nice. I'm sorry, his houses are nice. Oh my god. Yeah, he's got nice houses. That's all I'll say.
In this industry, while yet so very, very big in the earliest beginning, I don't see a reason for this company to have a season of growth and then stagnate or fall on its face. I just don't see that reason. Whenever a company is based on a hot product idea, then I know, well, no product idea stays hot. And so if the company doesn't come up with some other great idea in the future, then it'll stagnate and won't be the same anymore. In this case, it's quite a different thing. I've been on the premium product side of the aisle my whole career, explaining to people. I've been a persuader, persuading people why they should be willing to spend a fairly large amount of money for a product lower.
I've been a persuader for my entire career. I've persuaded people to spend a large amount of money. Persuading is different than educating and seeing if what you are offering meets the needs of the person that you're talking to.
That was not covered by insurance reimbursements. Spent a pretty big part of my career persuading people that they should use various nutritional products, all of which were always premium priced. And throughout that whole time of my career, I've had to explain away why our products were overpriced. Today, I can tell you all these years later that I think it's a lot better thing to, instead of persuading people to buy a product that is premium priced, another way of saying overpriced, or deliver.
All of y'all who are in his former MLM companies, you hear what he's saying? Do you see how he is trying to uplift his current company of Nelo Life at the expense of kind of stepping on the throat of the other companies he was associated with? Yeah, it is overpriced, but he wasn't saying, I'm sure he wasn't saying it was overpriced when he was in those other companies.
Product that simply replaces a purchase you're already making and doing it for less money. And so I'm not persuading anybody to buy a hotel room or to travel. They're doing it anyway. I'm showing them how they can do it for less money. And as our offerings go forward, that'll be the basic direction of our company. I'm, again, keeping my commentary now to what we actually have in play today. But as our e-commerce sites and other things come along, you'll see that the general theme is not to be on the smaller number of transactions, higher dollar items, which would be true for a large number of network marketing companies with premium products, breaking that down to really, really great products being offered at lower prices and then providing a service that's the largest single consumer spend in the world and making that available at dramatically less prices. And so our model is not a few people doing a lot. It's a lot of people consuming a service that adds value to their families' lives, and about people who are enrolling others in large numbers.
If you think this guy does not have, that he is full of it, he's not full of it. His homes are worth multi-millions of dollars each. So he has made money in the MLM industry, and he is currently trying to do the same thing in Nelo Life. I'm shocked. I was just looking for a source to be cited for him to say, I've made a shit ton of money. And do you have the assets to back that up? And he does.
To take advantage of that service. So it's quite a different business model than what I've been before involved in. It's taken a little time to learn. However, I want to report on some of the things that I'm frankly blown away at in my life in this industry. I've never been able to say something like this. And so today, here we are, we're 3 weeks and 3 days into the launching of this company. And today in our organization, I'm talking just about Samantha and I's organization. And by the way, I'm grateful for every single one of those that are contributors to that organization. But we currently have participants in our business. I'm glancing here at a whiteboard and my own handwriting is so bad. In the Netherlands, in Great Britain.
Oh.
In Puerto Rico. And of course, I know Puerto Rico is the U.S. protectorate, but it shows up separately. In the United Arab Emirates, in Germany, in the Dominican Republic, in Ecuador, in Turkey, in Russia, in Afghanistan, in Colombia, in Lebanon, in Norway, Ireland, Australia. Oh gosh, I can't even see that top one up there. Costa Rica, in Russia, in the United States of America, Mexico, Canada, Israel, Singapore, Poland, Czech, Slovakia, India, Malaysia, Denmark, Ukraine, Belgium. That's 30. We have people in our organization in 30 nations in 24 days. I've never seen anything like it. I have never seen anything like it.
I mean, ask how Boss Lee created a huge organization and prove it in a short period of time after she was terminated by Modere. And people had loyalty to her, and so they followed her to her new company. So you're telling me, Randy, after 33 or 34 years in multi-level marketing, that you didn't have any of that loyalty built up and that no one would follow you to Nelo Life? And you think that it's Nelo Life, or you think that you are a good persuader, a good talker inner of to people? You can talk people into shit. You admitted that. It's not necessarily the opportunity, it's the get rich quick opportunity that you're talking about. Good night, Andy's Web. Thank you so much for it was really good to see you, and thank you for the super chat earlier. I hope you have a really good night's sleep.
Is our income really big right now? No, it is not yet.
Puerto Rico is not a nation at this time, it's a US territory. Yeah, I don't think that I don't think Randy's super big on the geography of the situation.
I just kind of explained to you why. It is because we have people in 30 nations, but these people have all enrolled with $79 enrollment packs, and there's not yet been the right kind of proper emphasis and understanding that it's not about enrolling one. We must look at one and turn it into seven. I believe that in the coming 30 days, 60 days, and 90 days, that we will have a more rapid flow of new member applications. Why? Because the focal point becomes not just one, but becomes seven. That more rapid flow of new member applications doesn't require any promotional volume to nevertheless cause this slope to become greater. A greater number of.
You have to recruit people to be able to make the slope go up, because you cannot be unified with customers only, you chicken nugget. Don't pee on me and tell me it's raining. Good morning, MF. Hello. Yeah. His team followed him. Yep. Jackson.
Applications as opposed to a greater purchase price for each one of those applications. And so, but by the way, when I say we haven't made much money, we've been at it 3 weeks and we made $2,700. Not nothing. It's not nothing. There's
He's only made $2,700 in 3 weeks. Holy crap. Did he get a bridge contract? $2,700 does not cover. Let me see. What would a mortgage be on? What would a mortgage be on $3.2 million? I need a mortgage calculator. $15,903 for a $3 million house. So it'd be higher than that. It would be higher than that, especially if there's two homes. So it's $30 plus $1,000 a month in mortgages. Holy crapola.
People who in 3 weeks would like to make $2,700. And how do we do that, by the way? We've personally enrolled 63 people, and I need to extend that a little bit. I have an account and Samantha's account. When I talk about the 63, that's the account that we call my own.
He's stacking into Samantha. How unlike all other multi-level marketing companies. That's sarcasm.
And we actually have one business account as well for specific purposes and reasons. And so between my account, Samantha's account, and the business account, we've personally enrolled now 78 people. I've never in my life in network marketing enrolled 78 people personally in less than a month. That's never happened before. And so there are some superlatives here. And I will also tell you that the ability to attract real leadership, people who have had.
When Randy is saying allegedly that he needs money that he needs this to work out, if he has no money coming in and he doesn't have any reserves, yeah, I could see, and if his houses are not paid off, I could see how he would need to make more than $2,700 in 3 weeks. I could see that.
Substantial success in the network marketing industry and people who are proven leaders outside the network marketing industry who had never before seen something that made enough sense for them to embrace it. The quality of individual that we have assembled.
Yeah, this home that he's in is one of the fancy homes. That's all I want to say. Like, I don't want him to feel like, I was just trying to see if he was backing up him having made $30+ million in multi-level marketing. Maybe he has investments. But if that's the case and he has money coming in to pay out his mortgages and stuff and life expenses, why does he need Nelo Life to work? And $2,700 in 3 weeks is nothing.
Though the total organization number of participants is small, the quality of individuals that has been gathered together in a very short period of time is not.
He got busted by the SEC. So I'm looking and I see some stuff, but I didn't see that yet. I still have to look deeper into it, but I'm super interested in that info. And if it's at the same time period of this other report I'm looking at, that would make sense.
Small at all. And I should quantify that when I say small. It's over 700 people in 3 weeks. So it's not like it's, again, not tiny, but that is tiny in the context of what the business becomes. I'd like to just rewind this all the way back to the beginning.
Oh, God.
In this company, we invest time capital. We don't invest financial capital. In this company, we don't have large enrollment packs. If we want in this compensation model and this company idea, then what we have.
Yes, I do see. So to back up what as 4202 is saying, I do see that he had, when I look at his businesses that he has registered, he had a Schroeder Francom Inc. Am I looking at the right one? I'm just going to double check I'm looking at the right one. Yeah. Schroeder Francom Inc., Rising Sun Inc., and then Rising Sun SVC Inc. And there, when you're looking at, and Bald Eagle Distributing, there's a lot of these that are expired. So he had his hands in a lot of other things as well. So Nelo Life is not his only source of income. And if he is making it seem like this is his only source of income, that would be a misrepresentation from like what is actually registered with Utah.
Is recognize that we are offering a superior value. That is never the message of a network marketing company. The message of a network marketing company is always, we've got this product that is so sexy and so unbelievable that it's worth this price that we're charging. And the price has to be big to fund the network marketing compensation plan. In this case, completely, totally different. Why? Because the company's money is not in the product or service. That's not where the company is. The company's not marking up the travel. The company's not making money on the offerings that we have as members. The company's income comes on the membership itself. And so we involve people in a membership community whose combination of values is greater than $59 that it costs them to enroll. For that reason, I can foresee that this should be the situation where we have the most resilience and the least turnover, the least amount of having to fill the bottom of the bucket back up over and over and over again, because people in the bottom of the compensation plan are buying those big enrollment packs, not getting their money back. And so I will tell you that, in my opinion, the future is unbelievably bright, and it's unbelievably bright for all of the right reasons. And all of those right reasons start with actually adding value to people that is tremendous. It is tremendous. It's universal. It is not controversial, and it's easy to prove. We offer value. Second, we offer value, and we offer value in a company that already executes in an absolutely exceptional way, not in a moderate way, in an exceptional way. So now to each one of you, determine your own timing. Then let's live together a compensation plan that allows our success to truly be born of the successes of other people. Let our success come because we look at one and see seven. We help each one become a.
I'm trying to see. I'm looking. That one didn't come up. Let me look at this.
We only consider our enrolling activity to be completed when we've helped them become unified. That will then enable us to take a compensation plan that does not subject itself to big downside fluctuations whenever enrollment slows down. It will allow us to have only periods of always growth, literally always growth. We need not ever have those peaks and valleys that have been a torment for most of us in the network marketing industry for a long time. But when I started this, I told Samantha, come in and tell me when I've talked for 20 minutes. I only wanted to be 30 minutes long. Now I've already talked to you for a lot longer than that. So I have some other ideas for today, but I've covered the ones that are most pressing. And probably tomorrow I'll bring a few more thoughts to you. But I want you to know that I count myself among the very luckiest people to have seen Nelo Life at this point in time, and to have an opportunity to invest the next few years of my life in the development of this organization, which I believe can become the exclamation point on my career. Now, of course, that doesn't matter to you. In order for this to become the exclamation point of my career, you know what? The only way I can make that happen is to help it become the exclamation point on your career. And I'm so deeply committed to that, as is Samantha. So I'm hoping these comments are of some value to you. I had an absolutely fantastic time this last week. I love being in Dallas. Over the next few days, I'll be spending some time in Florida. And then after that, I'm heading to New England. And then pretty soon, coming right up, I'm heading back over to be with my friends in Israel, because that's the way that works. So I get face to face with people, meet with people 1 and 2 and 3 at a time, show up. And I realize most of you are not going to buy airplane tickets and fly off to Israel tomorrow. That would be financially prudent for many of you, and it wouldn't be the right thing to do based on your current knowledge level, perhaps if you're brand new. But how about if you...
Hey! So we're offering you a non-tangible membership that could be ever-evolving shit. Yes. An exceptional membership, a very vague product. That's not a product. Yep. Wendy, what would be the best way to look up somebody who got in trouble with the SEC? I am disgusted. I'm shocked. I don't have my couch buddy to like react to this stuff. Normally Knox was like right beside me looking out the window when I would stream, or when we were watching YouTube, he would be right on the couch. He'd always hop up on the couch with me.
Just go across town to the next person's house and do a private small group presentation for them. Recognize that you're a part of the opportunity. Yes, you can be a conduit to a leader and you can make a living. Or you can be the leader that others become a conduit to and make a fortune. Whichever one it is for you, I'd like to help you. Talk to you soon. Thank you for listening to my rambling today.
Okay. Oh, there we go. Oh, God. What do we learn? Nothing. Other than he told on himself. Randy told on himself several times about MLMs, about his experience in his previous MLMs, one of the twistiest things he said to me, and y'all can let me know what y'all thought was the twistiest thing that he said, was to cauterize your ties with other MLMs. And then he said, no, that's not the right way to say it. But he brought it up and basically said the same thing. And that was so wild to me because he was, in my opinion, responsible for people's experience in the previous MLM because of the introduction and the request appealed to his authority of being in MLM for a long time, and people trusted him and they stayed in Transact/spend more longer than they would have if he had not been saying that. And then to now be in Nelo Life and tell people to just leave your baggage behind and treat this like a new, fresh relationship, even though the person that you are experiencing this new, fresh relationship with is the person who potentially was twisty in the previous one. That doesn't sound good. Yes, he was on the couch for a minute, then laid down in front of the TV. Yes, he does that. He did that a lot. Oh, he's a good boy. It was that they weren't focused on the product but the marketing. Yeah, and they also they waived the customer requirements to be unified, which is that 7 little mini triangle for the next 90 days, so people can get the benefits of being unified without having to find any customers. Yeah. Drew some lines on a board, said some words. Yep. Well, I don't know what to say other than more stuff about Nelo Life will come out. I think that I'm finding some information, but I need to double check that it's okay to share. And I would be concerned if somebody was asking me for money or asking me to be a part of an organization if they had been in trouble with a governmental agency with regards to a money situation. But I need to double check that, and I will bring that to you next time. I thought they originally needed 10. To be unified, I think it's 7 total. So it's the person, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 7 plus the customers, but the customers are being waived, so it might have been 10 total, but now it's 7 for the next 90 days. The phrasing unified worries me too. Yep. Lineage instead of downline worries me as well. It's a whole lot of twists. And if again, he has the money from his other opportunities that he was associated with, and I think that potentially means something to people that he's talking to, and then they are filling in his success and wealth with the problems with the Nelo Life pitch, and that again gets twisty fast. What's his name? Randy Schroeder. I can give you his details. I'll email you his details because I have a background report on him that might be easier to look up his stuff. Yep. Yeah, the telecom thing was shut down too. That's never a good sign. Yep. All right, y'all. Thanks for joining me. Thank you for joining me in the mobile streaming at Bam the Lawyer Cat's house last week. And I will be up and at 'em and ready to stream this upcoming week. And I will see y'all next time. Thank you for licking the stream. If you want to see more squirrely content like this, feel free to subscribe and turn on notifications. And I will see you next time. Toodles.